their fingers. Compounding the situation for Kalitta is the dramatic resurgence of Brandon Bernstein. Remember on the Western Swing, Brandon looked like he was out of here. He couldn't get out of the first round, but since that time, he's won 13 of 15 rounds of eliminations, and consequently, we've now got a dramatic three-car showdown for the championship.
Thank you, guys. The burnouts have completed for our first pair. Coming to the line, closest to you will be Corey McClenathan, J.R. Todd in the left lane. Let's show you the Top Fuel ladder presented by Lucas Oil, and there's that all-important buy run for Tony.
Yeah, and then you see Brandon Bernstein teamed up with Brandon Baca, or David Baca. They could actually meet up in the semifinals. That would be a great matchup also.
And let's go over the other side. There's Doug Kalitta. He's got Luigi Novelli first round. And look out for Rod Fuller. He has got himself, again, another good hot rod today. Down on the starting line, on board with Corey McClenathan. One of three active drivers to have won here. Tony Schumacher, Doug Kalitta the other. Boy, no contest in this one. J.R. Todd, 4.59 seconds, 316 miles an hour. So as he coasts on out, obviously we've been talking about the points. They're all so important, especially here in Top Fuel. Just when you thought the Top Fuel title chase was a two-man race, in walks Brandon Bernstein. Brandon's win last weekend at Dallas could not have come at a better time. He brings the hot shoe into Reading, and a win could vault him into the top spot for the title. Take a look at the points after qualifying, and it is Tony Schumacher by 32 behind Doug Kalitta. Brandon Bernstein now 42 behind, and then Melanie Troxel on down through Corey Mack in 10th spot. And already, second pair getting ready to fire and have fired and getting ready to do the burnouts will be Hillary Will in the right lane, Bob Vandergrift in the left.
Bob Vandergrift with lane choices chosen that left-hand lane, as did J.R. Todd. I think it's going to be the lane of choice for the time being anyway, especially after seeing Corey spin the tires at the head of the throttle in that right lane.
And the burnout by Bob Vandergrift, runner-up here in his most recent appearance, 2004. And there's Hillary, who beat Vandergrift in two of their three previous meetings. More on this matchup, but first let's go to the far end with Gary.
First individual winner of the day, J.R. Todd, who's making it a habit in the battle for Rookie of the Year. Among other things, want to ask you about a new teammate. You got Steve Torrence coming on board?
Yeah, another rookie coming on board, going for that 2007 Rookie of the Year. But it's good for us, Torco and Skullshine and Valvoline, Mac Tools, another car to get information off of and get him some seat time for next season. And I'm looking forward to it. But right now, that was a big round for us. Corey's ahead of us in points, and we're looking to get back in that top 10 and keep going rounds today.
Thank you, JR.
Back on the starting line, watched Corey McClenathan go up and smoke. So too to Jim Oberhofer, Hillary Will's crew chief, who's going to be over in that right lane. Obviously, Jimmo got a little panicked when he saw that and immediately jumped underneath the windshield of that car and started pressing some of the buttons on some of the timers down there. This is a car that's been struggling here over the last couple of races, so Jimmo obviously taking a little bit out of that as Corey smoked the tires at the head of the throttle.
Well, and remember, she's in the Rookie of the Year battle with J.R. Todd, and Todd's got 2 wins, although he's done it on a limited schedule. And in points, he's only about, roughly 80 points behind as of right now. No problem there. Hillary goes 4.59 seconds at 316 miles an hour, and this time it was Bob Vandergrift who went up in smoke.
Yeah, right at the head of the throttle, just like we saw Corey in the opposite lane. A little bit of a surprise there. I mean, Bob Vandergrift seems to have a good race car when he doesn't spin the tires, but this has been a problem with this team lately. It either goes, it's feast or famine for him, and obviously at that point it was not a good day. One more look at the run. Left lane, Hillary Will makes a nice run. Jim Oberhofer, I think, made a good call. Car drifted towards the wall a little bit at the finish line, but still a 4:59 gets her into the next round.
And let's take a look at our weather here at Maple Grove Raceway.
This is kind of similar to what we saw yesterday when they were setting them records. 62 degrees, low water grains at 60. Track temperature, that's key there, 83. Density, arc corrected altitude. It feels like these engines, or they feel like they're running just over 1,100 feet above sea level.
Of course, that 83 track temperature is about 9 degrees higher than yesterday. And of course, if the sun stays out, it could get a little warmer. As we get ready now for Larry Dixon in the left lane and Melanie Troxel in the right lane. These two don't live very far apart back in Indianapolis, about less than a mile and a half from each other. And as far as Melanie, let's take you back to last year when she became the fastest woman in drag racing.
Going up against Clay Millican. Saw Clay have some problems, and she just legs it right down the racetrack. Nice run, a little bit of engine damage at the other end, but still makes a great pass.
And let me correct myself. I should have said quickest, 4.509, not the fastest. So before the phones light up, we've got that squared away. Let's talk a little bit also about Melanie's first 10 races versus the last 9. In her first 10, she had 26 round wins. In the last 9, 3.
Definitely struggled lately here, but crew chief Richard Hogan, they like these kind of conditions. They like the cooler conditions. They feel they have a better handle on the setup. But you know, it's still we've seen 2 cars smoke the tires, and we've seen 2 cars go down the racetrack. So they got to be very careful right here.
As far as the changes that Jim Oberhofer made, I talked to him right after the run. Took a little bit of clutch away out in the middle, making sure that it didn't spin. And he also told me they took some tire pressure out of the rear slicks, Mike Dunn. How will that help the car?
Just try to get that wheel, control that wheel speed off of the starting line to keep it from, you know, getting too fast and driving in that tire smoke like he saw Corey do when he left the starting line.
Down right over top of Melanie's top fuel drag. So, you know, for Larry Dixon, these two have met a total of 8 times. He has won 6 of those matchups over Melanie. And this time it was Dixon up in smoke. Troxel covers the quarter mile, 4.57 seconds, 320 miles an hour. So she now goes low for this first round.
Wow, that's a little bit of a surprise. You know, we saw the tire smoke in the right lane. Now we saw 2 pair right at the head of the throttle. Watch Larry Dixon. That car doesn't hardly move. Now, moved a little bit, picked the front end up. It could have possibly unloaded on the wheelie bar. He does run that wheelie bar, and what happens if that front end comes up too hard, too fast, it actually lifts the rear tires up, loses some traction, and smokes the tires. They'll go back and look at all the information to try to determine what exactly happened. But look at Melanie Troxel. She makes a nice run down there, had a couple cylinders go out before the finish line, but still makes a nice pass into the second round.
So Melanie advances out of first round as we get ready for a commercial break. As we come back, it will be time for Brandon Bernstein, third in the points. And he's got a tough first round opponent. David Bach has been the giant killer before. Could he play the role of spoiler again?
Today's Speed World presentation of the Toyo Tires NHRA Nationals. Brought to you by Powerade. Sport is what you make it. And Toyo Tires. Driven to perform.
And that's Hillary Will from her run earlier. And it is so pretty here when the sun is out. It's actually a nice place to live, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. What, about 40-minute drive from here is where your home is?
Yeah, about 45 miles from here.
By the way, folks, it's Mikey's birthday as we show you the predictions by you, the viewers at home. Brandon Bernstein, 38%. Schumacher, 33%. Doug Coletta, 29%. Any of that surprise you?
No, not a big surprise, but I don't think there's a bad pick in any of those 3. It's so tight and they're so good that any one of those 3 could win the Powerade championship.
Well, and Dave Reek was the only one of the 4 of us who picked Brandon. There he is as we get ready. By the way, should I ask you how old you are now? Birthday boy?
You might as well. You just...
Well, I just did.
Yeah, well, you know, I hit the big 5-0. It's all downhill now.
Woo! Can I sing happy birthday to you?
No, you can't, Marty.
Oh, come on. Happy birthday.
How about the guys at the other end of the track? Can they sing happy birthday?
Yeah, you guys can.
Okay. All right, enough of that. We do love you, though. That's for sure.
I appreciate it.
All right, let's get ready for this one. This is a big matchup because you don't ever want to go out first round, especially when you're only 42 points out of a championship chase.
Boy, a lot of pressure right here. You know, Brandon Bernstein's been doing a great job driving. He's had good reaction times, been very steady on that car, and Tim Richards been giving a good tune-up. This weekend's no different. That car went down the track on all 3 of his qualifying runs, making nice passes.
Who can pedal first? And it's going to be Brandon Bernstein as he gets down the quarter mile. 7 seconds. look at Kim Richards. She's going, okay, he did it. He got there. Boy, Baca cut an 0.20 light. Look at Kenny. He's got that grin on his face like we dodged one there.
Yeah, they definitely did. I'll tell you, it was no big numbers, but it's always fun to watch when you see that happen. Let's check out the replay. Brandon, I think, did a pretty good job. You saw him trying to get back on the throttle, and the thing was just kind of bucking and bouncing there and wasn't able to get it under control right away. But let's take a look at it again right here. Both cars right at the head of the throttle. Spin the tires. You see Baca trying to reel it in. He's staying on the throttle a little bit longer. And then Brandon on the other side. Look, I'm just kind of whacking that throttle, just whapping it just a little bit. Popping that front end up, trying to keep it from just blowing the tires off. That was a good job. Now watch, right here, spins the tires, gets out of it. He stays out nice, kind of rolled into the throttle, but still smoked the tires. Now, right now, he's just going to sit there and pat all 4 wheels off of the ground the first couple times. He lets it settle down, still had 4 wheels off the ground, and he just kept popping that throttle. Wasn't hardly even getting any throttle till right near the end. That was fun to watch.
There's Brandon taking a look at. You know, there was a professional bull riding event here in Reading. All the hotel rooms were taken, and that's what that looked like. Take another look.
Watch. Out. Boom.
Let's listen to him.
1, 2, 3. I'm pedaling. I'm out. I'm pedaling. Watch, it's coming back. I'm going to go back the other way.
Oh, jeez.
Look at this. No, I'm going to get it one more. Watch this. No, this is almost reminds you of New England. Look at this. I did it again. I got to go on one more.
Wow.
I said that was enough.
Yeah, I got to do an interview.
That was enough.
Good stuff, guys.
Nice job,
Let's check in now with Dave Reeve.
Well, sounded like a borderline John Force interview, and John, of course, very much emblazoned in the funny car points chase. But rather than ask you about that, I look around, and everywhere there are fans taking pictures, and you wave to them, you see them. How does that help you in staying calm and staying focused?
Well, you got to be happy in this business. The heart's right, you drive right. And today we got to connect with our team and our race car. And we're up against a kid, Beckman. He's new at this, but he knows how to drive because he taught my kids. And bottom line, we got the left lane. It can be a little tricky, but I know how to get down them bad lanes. So we need a win here because based on next year's structure, hell, I come into Indy with the points lead. I wouldn't even be in the game right now with 2 round first losses. Two
I know what you mean.
Round losses. I need to get back to Coyle. He's yelling at me now, but we need to pull a win out here no matter who it is.
Get that heart right and get happy.
All right, thanks, Dave. Tony Schumacher with the bye run now. This is his first bye run since Indy 1996, which just happened to be his first round of his professional career. They dropped the cylinder, and you could see it hurt. 4.51 seconds. Still the quickest run of the round. That is significant, but oh so close.
Yeah, they were definitely going for it. Had very quick numbers early in the run. They were going about 275. May have got into a little tire spin after the transition at 500 feet. And then what happens is it spins the tires, takes a load off the engine. Then the cylinder goes out right there, slows them down considerably. But I think they were going for it. And the good thing was they didn't smoke the tires in that left-hand lane. A lot of good cars in front of them that did.
All right, here's what's coming up next week. That's right, we're coming right back at you from Richmond with the Torco Racing Fuels Nationals, qualifying next Saturday, 10 Eastern. Then NHRA Today. Again, we're on at 12:30 Eastern time on Sunday with finals at 7 Eastern on ESPN2 and ESPN2 HD. Let's go to the far end, check in with Gary again.
And with Brandon Bernstein one more time here. Brandon, that's the kind of performance in my mind that helps you win a championship. How significant to you? Because usually you give the credit to Kim and Tim and the team. You did the job this time.
Well, thank you. It means a lot. But, you know, on those deals right there, I mean, it just depends on what the car does. You know, in the race car, you just try and, you know, get the thing to settle down and ease in on the throttle and get it back. That time, the front end kept popping up, and it was hard to steer it when it would go in and on the throttle. So it was really tough there. But, you know, hey, we got it going now, and, you know, hopefully we got our luck banked there on that first run, and this Budweiser Lucas Oil car will go some more rounds.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
How violent is your head banging around in there?
Well, you can see it. I mean, that thing's pretty secure there with the Hans device and everything, and it's moving around pretty good. It's pretty violent when you come off that throttle and then try to just bring it back, and you got all 4 wheels off the ground, trust me.
Coming up to Doug Coletta, and he'll be over in the left lane. Luigi Novelli over in the right lane. Now, Luigi yesterday decided that he was going to try and turn his dragster into a jet airplane. We'll show you what we mean.
Yeah, talking about hiking the front end. Session number 3 yesterday, Luigi goes in there to try to apply the clutch, and it goes up, actually hits the wheelie bar, that point he realizes he just needs to get out of the throttle. It's a qualifying run. He was already in the show.
Now, you say, well, this should be a walkover for Doug Kalitta. Well, remember one thing. Luigi has beaten 3 drivers in his career in Top Fuel. Doug Kalitta is one of them.
The key here is going to be getting off the starting line, I think, for Doug Kalitta. I mean, if they get that car off the starting line, I think it's all over. But that initial 60 feet's been a little suspect. A lot of, like I said, a lot of good cars spun the tires to the hit of the throttle. But then we saw Tony Schumacher had great 60-foot time, 8:30. So that means the track's grip. And it almost makes me think that maybe the track is so good that it's lifting the front end up a little bit more. And the cars with the wheelie bars, it could actually be unloading the car.
And there you see Ron Tobler, crew chief for Doug Kalitta. You know, Doug has just one first-round loss in the last 11 races. That was back at Indy when he lost to David Baca in a hole shot. And there is Connie Kalitta looking on intently. Here we go. Boy, Luigi went airborne again, and Doug just set sail. 4.5 for the elapsed time. Remember, it was a 4:51 for Tony Schumacher. So right now, they're the 2 fastest hot rods on the drag strip.
And I can tell you that, you know, Doug Kalitta and Ron Tobler, they weren't even thinking about any national record. Their main concern was get around Luigi Novelli, because obviously when you have a single, you can try different things like Tony Schumacher did. But I think Ron Tobler just put a very nice, safe combination on this. They knew that if this thing went down the racetrack with no tire smoke, didn't put any cylinders out, it was going to run a number good enough to beat Luigi. So Luigi carried the front end once again, and his day is done.
So the top 3 in points in Top Fuel have all advanced to second round action. It is going to get even better. There's Brandon Bernstein. Let's take you one more time on his wild ride. This is how he managed to stay alive in the championship chase. As we head to commercial break, still more Top Fuel and all of first round of Funny Car coming up here at Maple Grove Raceway. Ride 'em, cowboy. Pennsylvania. Oh my, can we just keep that up there? It's called the Sun. We haven't seen it much here in Reading. We're getting ready for Rod Fuller in the left lane, Doug Herbert in the right lane. No contest in this one. Fuller goes 4.58 seconds at 328 miles an hour. And for Doug Herbert, he has now lost in first round at 7 of the last 8 races. This has got to be getting very frustrating for Dougzilla.
Yeah, you can see him shaking his head there, just upset. Had some engine problems down track. Was getting beat anyway, but it looked like it started to push some head gaskets out, and eventually the engine just expired before the finish line.
The one interesting note is Fuller will not have lane choice. Melanie Troxel by 1/100 will have the lane choice. Let's take another look.
Well, and Rod Fuller had a very good race car all through qualifying. He went down the racetrack almost every time. The last run last evening, they actually broke a reverser. Did some damage to that engine. So I think Lee Beard said, let's just make sure we get this thing down the racetrack. As you see Doug Herbert basically blowing that engine up before the finish line. Makes a 4:59, loses lane choice, but still he's in the second round.
And there is Doug at the far end of the racetrack, frustrated, trying to figure out what's wrong with his race car.
Back in the staging lanes with the Funny Car point leader Ron Capps. I see you've got your practical Joker driver out of the way this time, at least.
Yeah, no seat heaters this time.
Got to ask you how you spent your Saturday night as the Funny Car Championship resumes today. We can talk about that, but I'd rather hear what you did last night.
Well, we talk about how cool Maple Grove is. It's you know, it's God's country. It's out here, and Mike Lewis, who works for Don Schumacher, has owned this place in the past with his family. It goes back to the 40s, I guess. And there's a place called Park Place. I stayed at the track in my Monaco. So we book it over there. They got a little kind of a dive restaurant, fun little bar restaurant. So we had a good prime rib dinner. Mike Lewis's birthday was today, and Kenny Koretsky, myself, some Big O Tire guys. We just had a good dinner, and I was in bed by 11:30 watching ESPN2 last night, watched some poker on TV, and went to sleep and had a great night's sleep.
You got to reach over and push that button. That's the one that heats up the championship chase. There we go. Let's warm him up.
If you weren't with us yesterday, they were playing a joke on Ron. They turned on the seat warmers, and he's got the fire suit on.
Now he's in hot pants.
Oh, jeez. Oh, it's a good thing it's your birthday weekend.
Yeah.
All right, let's get down to our final pair in Top Fuel here. It's David Grubnick in the left lane, Morgan Lucas in the right lane. Onboard camera with David.
David with the lane choice, choosing that left-hand lane. I mean, I'll tell you, John Oberhofer's doing a good job on this car this week, and they stayed and tested on Monday after Dallas and made some major changes in the clutch. They felt that it was really going in the right direction. They came out in the first session, smoked the tires, but then came back and made 2 very nice passes. So hopefully that's been their problem all year. The car makes good horsepower. They just haven't been consistent.
Well, that makes 4 times in a row now that David Grubnick has faced Morgan Lucas, and he has put him on the trailer. A good effort by Morgan, but not enough. 4.59 seconds to a 4.62.
Yeah, this was a good drag race. Both drivers basically left at the same time. And then David Grubnick was pulling away a little bit towards Miller. You saw Morgan kind of drift a little bit off the starting line, probably lost some ET, and then Grubnick had something go away at the other end, slowed to only 290 miles per hour, but had enough momentum to carry him into the second round.
Okay, as you see David get to the far end of the racetrack, and he'll climb out. He will have lane choice in his next matchup with Brandon Bernstein, so he can help his teammate Doug Kalitta. As we get ready to head to commercial break, let's go on board with Doug Herbert one more time, and you can watch and see what happens as the engine will erupt right in front of you. Stay with us. Funny Car, first round when we return to Maple Grove. Already backing up after the burnouts, we're getting ready for Jack Beckman in the left lane and John Force as it's time for Funny Car. Momentum is defined as a strength of force gained by motion or through the development of events. For Robert Hight, events have developed quickly. He's won the last 2 races and now sits just 5 rounds behind points leader Ron Capps and John Force. Look out, Robert Hight has momentum on his side and he's coming on fast. And as we take a look at our Funny Car ladder presented by Lucas Oil, the arrow indicates who has the lane choice. You can see John in the bottom half does not have the choice. There's Ron Capps in the number 5 spot. He's got Phil Burkhardt on the other side. There is the matchups there with the Pedregon brothers going up against each other. And as we come back down trackside, John has won this race 7 times, but it has been about 5 years, if I remember correctly. I think it was about 2001, the last time he won here. What a great drag race. And John Force in a hole shot. 4.79 seconds to the quicker 4.78.
Wow, that was a great drag race. I thought Jack Beckman was possibly going to get around him. I mean, boy, he was running through the middle of the course, but basically John had a little over 300 of a second advantage off the starting line. That was the difference because Jack Beckman was running about 3 miles per hour faster at the 8th mile. That's usually a good indication you're on a good run, 264 miles per hour. But John just had enough at the other end to hold him off. There's the Valvoline winner's cam margin of victory, about half a car length.
So that is very important. Remember, John got beat on a hole shot back at Indy. As actually Redlit back there, and let's go to the far end. Gary?
Well, John, a hole shot win. Had to hold your breath. That was a good close drag race. What did it look like from your seat?
Well, Beckman, he's a hell of a driver. He taught my kids, you know, bottom line, got to do what you got to do, got to sneak everything out of it. My old heap ain't exactly the baddest hot rod in the land right now, but my 2 other ones are coming. But I'm excited for Brand Source and Ford and Castrol and all the years, and they need some wins out of John Force. And got to get a heart, got to get your mind right, and that's where I'm going.
Yeah, and after first round eliminations in the last 2 events, that's a big step right there in terms of the championship.
So John will get ready for second round action. Don't know who he'll face yet. Let's talk a little football first. Monday night, Brett Favre and the Packers tried to even their record at 2-2. They faced Donovan McNabb, Brian Westbrook, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Is it Monday yet? Monday Night Football on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern. It's also available in high definition on ESPN HD and in Spanish on ESPN Deportes. Call your cable operator or satellite provider today.
Go Eagles!
Can you tell he lives in Pennsylvania, folks? All right, we'll let that. We're going to have to let that one slide. Brandon Bernstein, of course, was cheering for Dallas last week from the Dallas area when we were down there. Let's get ready now for Tony Pedregon and Cruz Pedregon. Onboard camera with Cruz. He'll be over in the right lane.
The brothers and the teammates paired up right here, and I'll tell you, Tony Pedregon has had a very good race car. He got his first win as a car owner here last year. Since then, he's gone on to win 4 more. And right now, this car this year has been very good. It's kind of like, you know, feast or famine we talk about all the time. If it gets past the first round, watch out. He can definitely get you.
You saw the red light on Cruz. Tony gets the win and runs 4.78 seconds, which is quicker than John's run. So he is low for the round so far. And the 478 at 323 miles an hour. So the defending event winner here in Funny Car is into second round.
Well, it looked like Cruz just wanted to spank his brother on the starting line for bragging rights, but obviously he anticipated the light, drew the red light, automatic disqualification, but his brother in the other lane, Tony, was making a very nice pass. I'll tell you, Dickie Venables has a nice tune-up on that race car. Watch Cruz right here. You see him, obviously his race is already done, and it moved over towards the center line at the other end. You saw him turn that wheel pretty hard, but at that point it didn't matter anyway because Tony was already into the second round.
And there is Cruz at the far end of the racetrack, brother Tony. Meanwhile, back in David Grubnick's pit, they are getting the 75-minute process on the turnaround started, and already parts and pieces are flying.
Doesn't take them long, does it? I mean, basically they're going to do this in 30 to 40 minutes. You got to have that thing well orchestrated. Everybody has to know what his job is and do it, and this is one of the best at it.
I'm caught.
What always amazes me is that no matter how many times we show you this, these guys are not stumbling and fumbling all over each other. They've done it so many times together. They just know exactly what to do. As we come back out trackside, we get ready. That's Gary Densham. He'll be in the right lane. Gary Scelzi will be over in the left lane. Densham has lost to Scelzi now 6 times in a row. I'm sure he'd like to turn that around right here.
Well, it's going to be tough because Gary's had a very good car this week, and you know he's in your number 4 qualifying position. Went down the racetrack on all 3 of his runs, including last night. He was on a good run that could have possibly got him low ET. It was on a low 470, maybe high 460, and then before the engine let go just before the finish line, still ran a 474, slowing only 294 miles per hour. So crew chief Mike Neff really seems to have this car running good, especially in the early part of the run. Hopefully they can you know, stay away from the tire smoke, keep it as consistent as it's been, make sure that thing gets to the finish line on all 8. Should be able to in the next round.
Gary has won here in both Top Fuel and Funny Car, a total of 3 times. Oh, and it's going to be an automatic win for Gary Scelzi because Gary Densham crossed the center line, took out the blocks. That's an immediate disqualification. Ignore the win light on the electronic graphic. It is simply this. You don't even have to get to the finish line. It's his win.
Well, just like the run before, we saw Cruz Pedregon give it away by getting the red light, automatic disqualification. Gary Densham does the same thing, only this time by crossing that center line. You're not allowed to cross that center line at any point before the finish line. And you can see, boy, that thing really rotated around. He actually had the left front up there, and that wasn't even close. I mean, that thing was almost a full car length over the car width anyway, over the center line. Take another look at it. Boy, that thing was rotated around.
And then we saw, look at Scelzi's car. It got into that harmonic vibration, which just literally rips the steering wheel out of your hands.
Yeah, it looks like something might have possibly broken the drivetrain when he went to try to backpedal it. I'm not sure, or maybe the engine just quit and the clutch was locked up and got into that vibration. I don't know.
Team owner Don Schumacher looks on. You know, we always talk about how occasionally you need one lucky round to get a win. Well, maybe this is the lucky round Gary Scelzi needs to get back into the winner's circle. Stay with us. We're coming back. More Funny Car here at Maple Grove.
My team has my ride tweaked and touched up, and the only thing you're gonna see is my clutch dust. I'm wild behind the wheel while I'm burning them, and my style's about as rare as a perfect run. I got a white line fever, the track is hot. It's fuel for your mind, now you just don't stop. Got a white line fever and the heat is on. Better fire it up before the fever's gone.
Back here at the Toyo Tires Nationals at Maple Grove Raceway. We're getting ready for number 1 qualifier. Tommy Johnson Jr. in the left lane up against the number 16 qualifier, Jim Head. And this is yesterday's run.
This run almost didn't make it. You saw it early in the run, just kind of rattled the tires, but the track was so tight that it didn't go into tire smoke. And as a result, he goes to the head of the class. Number 1 spot with a great 4:69 lap time.
New track record. As you see, there are the advancers so far. The winner gets John Force. TJ a winner here back in 1999. This is his first pole position since Chicago earlier this year. Head's been the giant killer before. Can he do it again? Boy, Head gave it all he could, but TJ gets the win in a hole shot. 4.78 seconds to the quicker, but losing 4.76, and Mike Green's shaking his head.
Well, he should be shaking his head. I don't think he would have thought that Jim Head was going to run a 4.76, but I tell you, Jim has been making good runs in the mid 480 range, but hasn't been making to the finish line under power. This time he was able to run almost, over 320 miles per hour, and you saw Tommy Johnson put a cylinder out just before the finish, and look at the margin of victory on our Valvoline winners cam. That was pretty close.
And the 4.76 by Jim Head is low of the round, and yet it's a losing time. So there are all the incrementals.
Let's go, Jim. Yeah, you see TJ got the advantage off the starting line, and that was pretty much the difference. But Jim Head, boy, he was closing in fast. Good job by both teams.
All right, so as he climbs out at the far end of the racetrack, gives us a chance to talk about next weekend because we're heading for Richmond, Virginia. First time we've been there since 2000. Hope you'll be there with us. If not, tune in Saturday for qualifying at 10 Eastern. Then next Sunday, again, we'll be on at 12:30 Eastern for NHRA Today with 3 hours of the finals on ESPN2 and ESPN2 HD 7 Eastern. We'll see you then. And we get ready now for Del Worsham in the right lane, Mike Ashley in the left lane. And as we zero in on Del, he doesn't like this right lane if you remember back to 2003.
Now watch this when Del gets to the finish line. This explosion, one of the biggest I've ever seen. I mean, anytime when the engine explodes, not only does it blow the body off it, but the concussion and the force from that explosion, all the parts going down, just lifts those rear wheels off of the ground. I mean, that's a big-time explosion. Watch this. You're going to see the body go away, but watch back of the car. Look how high the back wheels are off of the ground. That is an unbelievable explosion. The force of that energy that creates is, well, I tell you, I had one ride like that in '83, and it ain't fun.
Well, and he had some bumps and bruises, and you could see his head just violently shaking around inside the cockpit, but he was okay other than that. Meanwhile, as we come back to today, the guy over in the other lane was his former teammate, Mike Ashley, and he was the first to delve into the 460s here at Reading. He still now has the track record at 330 miles an hour. Ashley lost traction at about half track, and Del Worsham just picks up his 11th round win of the year. That's right, folks. We're in race number 20, and Del has just picked up round win number 11. Yeah, Chuck, you guys better smile. It's been a struggle this year for you.
Yeah, he definitely liked that. Mike Ashley, other than that 469 in the first session, hasn't been down the racetrack. This was no exception. Now, he went really good until about 300-foot mark, but see the back end wash out a little bit there. It looked like the front end got hiked up at that point, got out of the groove. You saw him backpedal. It obviously must have spun the tires at that point, and then all he could do from there on was watch Del Worsham pull away for the win.
Okay, so as they climb out at the far end of the track, we're going to take a breather. We're going to let you sit back and enjoy the sounds of the strip as Eric Medlin, Scott Coletta come to the line. We'll see you at the other end of the quarter mile.
Ashley's marked up a little bit to the inside.
Ex-teammate of ours and a great guy. We raced quite a few times this year, but I just get pumped up for him at this point.
Right there, Bernie.
That was a big deal for this team and my family.
Yeah, I think we're okay here.
That's Eric Medlin's radio you're listening to.
also won it a couple of times in his championship years in Top Fuel. So the Toyota Coletta Air set to make that run.
Lapped up with a 2.
63 at the 8, Jimmy.
You hear? The team gives him all the data. 4.79 the elapsed time as he takes the win light easily over Scott.
You heard Bernie Federle say to Jimmy Prock, 263 at the 8th. The reason that number is so important and why we talk about it, it's a good indication of how good that racetrack is in the middle of the course, and that's where you make the most elapsed time. You saw Scott Coletta basically drift out of the groove towards the center and got loose. At that point, his race was done, and Eric Medlin is now in the next round.
So we've got to step aside for a break, but when we come back, it'll be time for a little bit of pressure. Phil Burkhardt goes up against the points leader in Funny Car, Ron Capps. Stay with us. We're coming right back. Maple Grove Raceway, and believe it or not, they don't have an umbrella in their hands, and boy, are we glad of that. It's been cool all weekend long, but that's all right. That makes for great racing, and we've seen 2 national records set. The potential perhaps for 2 more. Let's take a look at the points in Funny Car as we get ready for Ron Capps and Phil Burkhardt. Now, we should tell you, John Force has already run, so if Capps loses here, then John has cut the lead to 19. Capps wins, it goes back to 39.
And Ron Capps has a very good race car this weekend. Now, normally we talk about the Force members, team members always having the big horsepower in these cool conditions. But I'll tell you, his crew chief, Ed McCullough, did a great job this weekend. He's been making good horsepower. He ran a 471, 474 and a 471 on Friday. Yesterday, they went for it. They said they were going to throw everything out to see what the thing would run. Got in some trouble, but I guarantee you, Ace is confident in his tune-up that he backs down, and he's just going to race that racetrack right now.
Burkhardt has upset Capps in 2 of their past 3 meetings. Here we go. Make it 3 out of 4. And the championship is going to change potentially again. 4.78 seconds to a 4:90 elapsed time. And this could be a stunning blow to Ron Capps' championship hopes, because John Force is still alive and Robert Hight has yet to run.
Wow, this is huge. I mean, you saw Ron Capps get in trouble down track. He had good numbers to half track, as good as Phil Burkhardt, but I still don't know if he would have beat him because Phil had a slight advantage off the starting line. But shortly after half track, you're going to see it put a cylinder out and then a couple more, and then basically the engine just goes away before the finish line. But Phil Burkhardt handed to him, did a good job, was first off the starting line, makes a nice pass. As a result, he's taken out the current points leader.
There is Ron at the far end of the racetrack. And meanwhile, John Force knows what's happened. He's back at the starting line waiting for Robert Hight to make his run. The ebb and flow of this points battle is far from over, folks. But right now, when you lose a round, Mike, you can describe it better than anybody, what it feels like and what you're thinking.
I mean, it's devastating. I mean, especially when you've been running so good all year. I mean, 1999, we had a very good race car, and it all just went away towards the end. And I can tell you, it's just, and it's not the Ron Capps out of it, don't get me wrong. I mean, he still has a very good race car and a very good shot at it, but God, it hurts so bad.
It means John Force can take the points lead with a round win in second round. Back at the starting line, Robert Hight and Tim Wilkerson. What it means for Robert is, if he can win this round, he cuts the lead to 74 points over third place. And the way he has been running, winning 2 events in a row, don't count this race car out.
No, you can never count out Robert Hight and Jimmy Prock. Even though he doesn't really seem to have the race car he had the last couple of races as far as in qualifying, still it's a very good car, very consistent race car. He's up against Tim Wilkerson now. In the past, Tim Wilkerson's always been one of those giant killers, just like Phil Burkhardt, but he's been struggling. As you take a look at Ron Capps, obviously frustrated, but back to Tim Wilkerson. Tim made a good run yesterday, 477, but blew it up big time. Obviously, they had to do some work last night to get this Monte Carlo back on the starting line. I'm a firm believer right now, if Robert Hight can just get that car down the racetrack with no smoke, no engine damage like we saw with Capps, probably going to go to the next round.
You mentioned Tim Wilkerson being a potential giant killer. He has only beaten 2 drivers this year, Tim has. One of them is Robert Hight.
You know, this is drag racing. You can never count anybody out, even when they're in a slump, because Tim Wilkerson can run the number. We saw him do it yesterday, although he had a lot of engine damage. And when you go to the starting line, you just can't take anybody for granted.
For Robert this time. He goes low for the round. 4.74 seconds. Look out. That could be the baddest hot rod right now on this tour, as 2 national event wins in a row, and they're looking for number 3.
And the key to that car going rounds is they've been going down the racetrack in all kinds of conditions. It doesn't matter what it is. Jimmy Prock has been making great calls. Robert Hight's been doing a great job of keeping that thing straight down the middle of the lane, no matter what the conditions are. I mean, that team is, they're running on mean, as Bob Fry would say.
They certainly are. Look at the boss. He's happy. Let's go to Gary.
Ron Capps, can you put in words what the disappointment must feel like?
No, not into words. Just, hey, it's the way it's been going. It's just, I'm so bummed right now. It felt good. It was running good, and then I think it put a hole out because it tried to drive me out of the groove a little bit, and then it puffed and knocked the belt off, and he went around me, and it was just it's the way it's been going. You know, we're in Keystone country, and I know I want to do good for Keystone Auto Parts, and especially having Nolan Torco and all the people that support us, and the Brute people. I really, we're going to make this an ulcer-ridden last 3 races, but you know, I mean, it's just the way it's going. You got to bounce back, and we just hope that somebody takes out these other guys. So we'll just see. I mean, it could always be. Well, you know, we got my little friend here in the wheelchair. You know, she's been here every weekend, every race, and she's here after every run, waving to me when we go by, and you know, that's what it's all about.
A little perspective. You have an invitation to join Mike and Marty in the booth.
I don't have to wear a dress, do I?
No.
Thank you.
That's reference to yesterday's Selzy Says, and we may have to pull up the video if we can, just to show you what that was. Just in case you missed it, it was one of the classic Selzy Says. Well, in fact, they've told us that we'll be able to show that to you when we return. So stay with us. And no, Ron, you don't have to get dressed up again in a dress. That was the run where Gary Densham went flying across the cones, and that's the one that put Ron on the trailer. And the ebb and flow of the championship continues here in Reading. The video we promised you, this was from Selzy Says. It had reference to where did the drag and drag racing come from, and Ron was kind enough to dress up like that and said beats him. So we're back at Maple Grove Raceway. It's race number 20 of 23 on the NHRA Powerade Drag Racing Series, the Toyo Tires Nationals. I'm Marty Reed, along with Mike Dunn, Gary Gerald, Dave Reef, our Tire ESPN2 crew. Glad that you're with us as we are getting ready now for the factory hot rods of Pro Stock.
You got a choice to make. If you really want it, you can go hard or go home. You can work real hard. You got a choice to make. Don't stop, don't quit. Go hard or go home. Give it all you got. You got a choice to make. Do you really want it? You can go hard or go home and watch TV. You got a choice to make. So what's it gonna be? Go hard or go home.
And again, as we get ready, we'll show you the Pro Stock ladder presented by Lucas Oil. And there is Greg Stanfield with that new national record. The bonus points are not awarded until the end of the event because it could change hands as it did yesterday. You can see there's Jason Line in the number 4 qualifying position. Dave Conley, number 12, with no lane choice. And there's Greg Anderson, number 2.
Marty, I can't see a thing. My eyes are burnt from that shot of Ron all dressed in drag. I just...
well, you'll be able to give him some ribbing about that, you know, next round. He's going to come to the booth.
Boy.
All right, let's get ready for Alan Johnson in the left lane. Jim Yates over in the right lane. These are the 8 and 9 qualifiers.
Now, Alan Johnson coming off the win with Richie Stevens. Alan didn't win the race, but his engine did with his dad's Roy Johnson riding the horsepower in Dallas. Really has, this car has been making a lot of horsepower since we talked about it, since Bristol. As you look at Roy right there as he watches on, really has a good race car. Don't count it.
Oh, what a a great run for both cars. Take a look at it. Technically a whole shot win by 3/1000ths of a second. A 6.66 for both of them, but it was Allen first off the line, and there's the Valvoline winners cam.
Man, that was close. And Allen was only off the starting line by 0.04 of a second. It's not like it was a big hole shot, but technically it's still a whole shot victory.
Let's check in with Dave Reef.
Well, down in the Mac Tools camp where they're preparing for their second round as the championship fight in Top Fuel continues, but it's a fight that takes on a bigger piece of the pie here. This is Doug Kalitta Sr., Doug's father right there. He's already won a big fight for this family this year.
Absolutely. You know, I've had about a lung cancer, and you know, I have to give you know, credit to my stepma Sue and everybody at the St. Joe's in Mount Clemens for helping him get through his chemo and radiation.
It seemed like the key to this thing, they found it early, but he did go through a great deal.
Yeah, it was an amazing process, and again, as my stepma Sue and you know, just everybody that helped, it was just great that he's back out here with us. He's been out since Indy, and he's feeling better each weekend, seems like.
From one x-ray to the next, a silver dollar-sized tumor developed, 38 rounds of chemotherapy, all kinds of crazy stuff. Bottom line is, how are you feeling now?
100%. I think I got it completely whipped.
And Jug being in this championship chase, how did that help you keep your mind right?
Well, I have to just follow him on the TV every week.
Well, we're glad you're watching, and we are certainly glad that you are 100% better.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Great story as we get ready now for Richie Stevens, coming off his first win in 5 years last week at Dallas, and Kurt Johnson, who tried to take out our camera and did a pretty good job of it earlier this weekend, if you were with us for the qualifying show. Maybe a little staging duel. Starter Rick Stewart looks at both lanes, checks the watch. Here we go. Advantage KJ. Race win KJ. And the parachutes work this time for KJ. And again, another 6.66. But you know what? Our two winning elapsed times so far wouldn't have even made the 16-car field, because that's how good qualifying was in Pro Stock this weekend.
Well, and that's probably a good indication that the conditions are probably just a little bit worse than they were in qualifying, the fact that they're running a little bit slower. But let's take you back to qualifying. Near lane, Kurt Johnson at the end of a nice run, a 6.64 pass. No parachutes as he tries to get the thing stopped. Starts getting that thing going a little bit sideways, hitting the bumps. And then he's going to stick this thing in the sand, which doesn't slow him down a whole lot, because remember, we had so much rain. And then he just kind of slides her right in, and whoops, what happened?
And believe it or not, that was what the camera looked like afterwards. And the camera was not damaged. The tripod was pretty well wiped out. It flipped up right up and over, and then we got real smart. We've moved the camera. In fact, I hear it's not 25 feet like it looks like there. It's actually about 60 feet back there. So let's go to the far end of Gary.
Kurt, what did your crew have to go through? We've just seen the adventure you endured in that qualifying pass where you nailed the camera and went through the trap and the whole business. But what's it been like for them to get this car ready so it could win around?
Well, you know, it could have been a lot worse. If it had been a little bit worse, we probably wouldn't have made the race. But to delaminate that rocker panel, hammer it all smooth, square, get it all put back together to the front end. Glenn at the painting place took the front end and took care of that, so we didn't have to worry about that. We came back the next morning. We got out of there about 11 o'clock that night. Came back the next morning. The front end still had no tree work inside, so we had to weld all that back together, carbon fiber that all up, go back through template, go over to scale, get rid of 22 pounds that we added to the AC Delco Cobalt, come back and run 65 last night, and come back with a win today. My crew, everybody that helped us out, great day.
Just another routine week in the life of a Pro Stock racer in Pennsylvania. Thank you, sir.
I don't think there's anything routine about racing in Pennsylvania, period. I mean, 10 out of 13 years this event's been hit by weather in one way, shape, form, or another. Here we go. Tom Martino in the right lane to get the win. Dave Howard goes red.
Wow, it might have been a lucky break for Tom Martino as you saw him drift out of the groove a little bit and got a little bit loose, but obviously he saw the red light, knew he had the win, so he just shut it off.
So he does get the break, and as we get ready to go to commercial break, it's time for us to look ahead. What's coming up? It'll be Larry Morgan against the points leader, Jason Line, in first round of Pro Stock action here at Maple Grove Raceway.
Maple Grove Raceway is Jason Line, Larry Morgan are on the starting line right now, but all the attention for me right now is with Greg Anderson. Greg, we know what you have to do, but I want to talk about the disappointment of losing that national record and whether it's on your mind heading into first round.
No, I've had to forget about that. We lost the weather conditions, it looked like, to set the record. And, you know, it's just a tough break. We lost it. But, hey, Greg did a great job. He earned it. We didn't. So bottom line now is to go out and try and win 4 rounds and get those 80 points today because we really can't afford to give any up. So we got to be perfect the rest of the year. And no time like now to start it.
Otherwise, Max Naylor may step up like his competitor did 1 week ago.
Well, and he said if you go up there and you start thinking about something else, you get in trouble. And as you can see, track temperature's gone up to 87 degrees. It was 74 yesterday. Leader sets the pace. Boy, look at this. 6.619. 207 miles an hour.
Man, we're not going for the national record. How about that?
Holy smoke.
Man, Jason Line, man, when he let that clutch out, that thing was gone. I'll tell you, that was a great pass.
And he's already got the backup. So as we mentioned, the national record is in play. Sorry, Greg.
Yeah, and you saw on the right side of your screen, really, he lifted that front end up and carried it for quite a ways, had a good 60 foot, and obviously carried it the rest of the way down the racetrack. Nice job.
I mean, I have to be honest. I looked at the number, and the reason I didn't go bananas immediately, I thought it might have been a mistake because, you know, I think we all felt the way Greg did.
I agree, because everybody else in front of us basically was running a little bit slower than they had, and Jason comes up and just blows that 3 right out of the water.
Gary?
Yeah, here's the reaction as he finds out the number. A national record run that's already backed up, and everybody's talking about warmer track temperatures. Did you surprise yourself at being able to uncork one of those?
Absolutely, I'll say. Man, that's awesome. You know, I've wanted to do that as much as anything my whole life. Set a record in Pro Stock is unreal. We're cheating right. Man, that's awesome. I can't believe it went that fast.
I'm just trying to help you win the championship.
Thanks, Larry. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Wow.
Well, congratulations. And at the end of the day, if it stands, that's 20 points on your side of the ledger to win the championship.
We'll see. Greg's going to be tough, man. It's going to be close. I think he can go that fast too, obviously. So, very good. Thank you.
Boy, that would be a dagger in those guys' hearts if he takes those 20 points. You're looking on board with the professor, Warren Johnson. He's checking out everything. Dave Reef?
I'm sure you're interested how Greg Anderson reacted to that. He reacted with a chuckle. I asked him, I said, do you want to recant your statement? And he said, no, not exactly. I said, you have the tune-up that's pretty similar to that? And he smiled and he said, well, yeah, I guess we do. We'll have to see.
All right, let's get ready for Mike Edwards in the left lane. Warren Johnson in the right. Great drag race, and it is Mike Edwards taking the win. 6.65 the elapsed time. Both cars ran 2:07. Warren, though, an elapsed time of 6:66.
Let's take a look at Warren Johnson on board as he goes through the gears. Situation where he left basically dead even with Mike Edwards, but Mike Edwards has really been making good runs, has good horsepower under the hood, and as a result, he was able to pull away and get the win over WJ.
All right, we've got a moment. Let's go back. You wanted to take another look at Jason's run.
Watch this. See the front end? I mean, look how high that got. Now, normally you don't see that from a Pro Stock car. Usually if it gets that high up, it comes right back down. But it just lifted it and carried that front end. So that thing was hooked up and moving.
And notice, I mean, he doesn't twitch out of the groove.
Jason was watching that, guys, and he just said, that's a wheel-standing beast. And you said it rattled, and you didn't think it was going to be that good, huh?
No, I didn't think it was going to be that good. It was moving around a little bit, and it was definitely spinning mid-track, but that definitely surprised me, so it's cool.
All right, you're going to hang out and see what these other guys do.
Well, we're getting ready for Greg Stanfield in the left lane, national record holder. Dave Northrup over in the right lane. What'd he do? Held it for less than 12 hours. He could take it right back, though. What the heck? Here we go. 6.64 is good enough for the win, but Greg will not take back the national mark. A 6.69 for Dave Northrup. And a tip of the hat to Northrup and his crew. Remember, he got the primary car upside down earlier in the weekend, and they came back yesterday. In fact, let's take you back and show you, take you to session 2.
You're absolutely right. They did a great job, because after this run, you see him just start to move towards the wall, overcorrects just a little bit, puts it on the hood, on the roof, and just kind of slides to a stop. And great job to get that spare car out and get that thing qualified.
He was okay, and it did get a little hot in there. You'll see some licks of flames inside the cockpit area, and he was already unbuckled and bailing. And a nice job by Dave, and a great job by the crew to get the backup car out and make it that competitive as we get ready now for Greg Anderson and Max Naylor.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Greg Anderson with his teammate, like we saw, ran that 661, probably got the same tune-up. But I'll tell you, it's amazing that Jason ran that number, because pretty much everybody else is kind of stuck with their qualifying number, just, you know, give or take them just a little bit. And Jason was able to really step up. But I'll tell you, that launch on that car when he let the clutch out, that was something to watch.
You know, the first time for Greg that he has not been the #1 qualifier in the last 6 races. That gives you an idea of the kind of performance they've had. And he says it's been on his shoulders to drive better. Remember what happened last time out? He said he thought about something at the starting line. Once you do that, you're dead, and he got beat on the whole shot.
Jason Line watching says he thinks Greg's going to go faster than his 61 we posted.
What, could we see a 59 sometime today? Take a look at the clock, 6.618. He gets him by 1/1000th of a second. Can you believe this? This is 4 times this weekend the national mark has been broken.
This is unbelievable. I tell you what, you know, Greg Anderson had a great race car at Indy and a great race car last week in Dallas. And this just proves that car, both these cars are making big-time horsepower.
Dave Reef?
Jeff Purley, Greg Anderson told me he didn't think the national record was out there. You guys obviously knew something better.
The track came around for us. We've been struggling on our setup all this weekend. I got to give the credit to the guys. They just busted hump all weekend. We really felt like we should have been running better all weekend. We kind of missed it, and it just kind of played into our favor.
How big of a surprise was that number to you?
Not very. We expected it all along. We should have been in the 50s 2 runs ago, but bad calls on our behalf. Made the right calls today, and everything worked out.
As it stands, who wants 20 points? It's ping-ponging around.
Unbelievable. I hope you have been with us throughout this. This has been so spectacular.
Tommy, it's all yours.
Okay, we're getting ready now for Tommy Lee in the left lane. That was his radio you heard. Dave Conley in the right lane. This is an imperative must-win round for Conley. If he loses here, his championship is over. Win light to Dave Conley. Again, another hole shot. 6.649 to the quicker, but losing 664.
Wow, there's the Valvoline winners cam. Almost a half a car length as Dave Conley used that 0.03 of a second starting line advantage to parlay it into a win.
Well, with the teammates, Jason Line, we've heard from him, and Greg Anderson. Now, we hear you talking to Dave Reef up there in the lanes, and you basically said the record is kind of out of play. So what's the story now that you have the shot at 20 bonus points?
Obviously, I was wrong, and I'm sure glad I was. I thought it was gone. The weather went away a little today, and thought we were in big trouble. You know, we kind of missed it a little bit over the weekend of qualifying, and didn't think we'd get another shot. But, man, my hat's off to them crew guys. They have done it, and them engine guys. What a job. These 2 Summit Pontiacs are pretty dynamite today.
We heard Jeff Purley talking about the fact that a couple of rounds ago when the conditions were better, had a shot at a possible 59. Do you think that this record can be improved upon yet today?
Well, it's hard to say. You know, the run didn't feel perfectly clean, but I would expect it to warm up a little bit. But after that, man, I don't know, Gary. I might say it might be able to, and he may get that record back. So, you know, it's going to be fun the rest of the day. But the bottom line is we need to win 4 rounds today, and we need to put both these Summit cars in the final round and go for that cash.
Having fun at the racetrack, guys.
All right, let's take a look at the ladder. We will tell you that if the record stands right now, it would mean Greg Anderson is only 56 markers behind Jason Line. And you can see Line does have lane choice over Conley. And there is Greg with the lane choice over Kurt Johnson. Boy, this is going to be so good. All right, when we come back, it'll be time for Pro Stock Motorcycle. We'll get you caught up on what's happening there with the national record. She's the current record holder. That's Angelle Sampey. Motorcycle crown is up for grabs. Two-time defending champ Andrew Hines is in the driver's seat and eager to hand Harley a 3rd straight title. To do it, he will have to outride a hungry Antron Brown, who sits less than a round out of the top spot and has his eyes on his first title ever. And as we take a look here at Maple Grove, we're getting ready for first round action, and we'll show you all the highlights. But first, they say what goes around comes around, and it's never been more true than in the case of our most recent Pro Stock Motorcycle winner. In 2005, on race day at the most prestigious stop on the NHRA Tour, the U.S. Nationals, Matt Smith was declared the winner.
It's like a dream come true. I mean, everybody wants to win Indy. If they could give up any race throughout the year, and maybe a championship, everybody wants to win Indy.
One day later, after reviewing the video, NHRA officials reversed their decision, proclaiming Steve Johnson the 05 U.S. Nationals Pro Stock Motorcycle Champion.
It was a big shock, in essence, to me, because the way Graham said on TV that night that he would not overturn any decision, and then the next day he did.
In this Powerade Power Time, we sum up what happened to Matt Smith at the same event exactly 1 year later. Angelle goes red, and Matt Smith avenges last year's disappointment.
I can't believe we won. We won this year. They can't take it away. We won it, finally. That's what I said all the way down the track, and I mean, it was just, you know, it's a dream come true to win Indy. I felt like my team deserved it more than anything. You know, they gave me a fast bike last year. We could not be touched, all through eliminations. And I let the team down in the finals with a really late light.
Not only did Smith vindicate the 05 decision by bringing home a Wally in 2006, he also may have won a date with his opponent.
Me and Angelle picked back and forth. You know, she come over to the motorhome, and we talked, and, you know, we had some wagers about, you know, if we meet in the finals or we meet, you know, what's going to happen, and, you know. I think she actually has to go on a date with me to the banquet. That was our thing. If I won, then she had to be my date to the banquet. So I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Great stuff. All right, let's show you what happened to Matt and everybody else in round 1 of Pro Stock Motorcycle. And here is Matt over in the right lane up against Paul Gast. And you can see Matt goes red, so not a good start here for him as it ends before it ever really begins. Paul Gast goes 7:05 in his run.
Matt obviously dejected about that red light.
That would bring us up to Ryan Schritz and Craig Treble. And watch this, because Treble in a hole shot will run 7.07 seconds to the quicker but losing 7:05. And notice those front wheels on the right side lane. Now, the right lane, they are coming off the ground because of that little dip right there. You'll see it several times. Gino Scali, Matt Guidera. 2/1000th of a second is the margin of victory as Scali takes the win with a 7:03 elapsed time. And take a look how close this was.
Yeah, and look at that front wheel carried over the beam with Gino Scali there, and look at the incremental numbers. Great drag race there.
That would bring us up to Steve Johnson in the right lane, Antron Brown in the left, and it's Steve that goes red, hands the win to Antron. Antron goes 7.10 seconds. Then a great race with Karen Stouffer and Chip Ellis. Stouffer in the right lane. She joined the 6-second club earlier this weekend. She goes 7:01 here and puts Chip on the trailer. And then it was time for points leader Andrew Hines up against his teammate GT Tonglet. And you're going to see history. The first bike ever to run a 6-second pass and lose. Because GT goes 7:07, but it was a whole shot win. Look at the reaction times.
Yeah, 1/10 of a second late by Hines. You can see obviously he's ejected, but he has nobody to be mad about except himself.
That opened the door for Angelle Sampey. Remember, she's got the national record in her hip pocket as long as nobody takes it away from her before the end of racing. She puts Tom Bradford on the trailer. She goes 7.01 seconds to a 7:07. And that brings us also then to Sean Gann and Michael Phillips. And it was Phillips taking the win easily at 7:02. But what was more interesting was what happened at the far end of the racetrack. As they came on down, Phillips looks at him, makes a couple of gestures, and then when they made the turnoff, there was a little bit of conversation.
That's cool, dog. I'm fine. I'm cool with it. I like when you play games with me. I've been doing this for years. I ain't no rookie.
So, I think those guys will be spending like Thanksgiving apart, but I might be wrong there. Antron Brown's got a 7-point lead now over Andrew Hines. Angelle, now don't forget, we haven't added in the 20 points for the national record, but if you do, she would only be like 64 behind. That's after round 1. Take a look at our Pro Stock Motorcycle ladder, and you'll see that Sampey has got lane choice. Stouffer as well. The ladies dominate that side. Scally and Phillips have the lane choice over on the other side of the equation. All right, when we come back, it'll be time for second round of Top Fuel. That means Tony Schumacher, Doug Kalitta, the points leader, and Brandon Bernstein, number 3 in the championship chase. They're all in the hunt, and they're all coming to the line.
That ocean's too choppy to swim or jump in. Come on now, show me you got the will to win. You say the mountain's too steep to climb, nah. Slow and steady to the top till you kiss the sky. No one can tell me what I can and can't do. I don't believe there's one thing I can't handle. Nobody alive will ever make or break me. I see many eyes that illustrate they hate. You got a choice to make. Don't stop, don't quit. You can go hard or go home. Give it all you got. You got a choice to
We're
make.
getting ready for second round action here at Maple Grove Raceway. It's race 20 of 23 on the NHRA Powerade Drag Racing Series, the Toyo Tires NHRA Nationals. And I'm Marty Reed along with Mike Dunn, Gary Gerald, Dave Reef, and our entire ESPN2 crew. And we're glad that you're with us as we get ready for Brandon Bernstein in the right lane, David Grubnick in the left lane. Let's show you how we got to this moment, take you back to round number 1. Pedal job for both Brandon Bernstein and David Baca. Who could pedal first? This was a wild one, and it was Brandon who recovered first, getting down the quarter mile in just over 7 seconds.
Take another look at it. He tries to feather this thing back in, but the front end keeps coming up, and then he gets all 4 wheels off of the ground about 2 or 3 times. That was fun to watch.
Then it was Doug Kalitta and Luigi Novelli. No contest in this one. Luigi tried to go airborne again with the front end. Doug goes 4.54 seconds. Tony Schumacher also was victorious because he had a bye run. Won't be the case this time. He's going up against an old nemesis, J.R. Todd. That'll be coming up in just a few moments. Kalitta and Troxel also have lane choice as we welcome Funny Car points leader Ron Capps to the booth. You lead by 19. First, you're not supposed to be visiting us, but we appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad you appreciate it.
What happened in the run? Did you diagnose
Well,
it?
it put number 2 cylinder out, and then it's difficult for these belts. Ron Gates belts are great belts, but it just destroys stuff, and it sheared the inside of the teeth off on it, and off Burkhart went.
Okay, here we go with Bernstein and Grubnick. Bulbs are lit. David Grubnick just did a big favor for his teammate Doug Kalitta. He puts Brandon Bernstein on the trailer, a 4.53 elapsed time to a 4.60. And Brandon was going for his 5th straight semifinal, and he is denied.
Well, that was a situation where they're pretty much dead even to half track, but you saw Brandon just drift over towards the wall a little bit, get a little bit loose, and that's what cost him. That allowed David Grubnick to get by.
Yeah, and you just see it doesn't take much. There's a few small bumps there, but as soon as the car gets out of the groove like that and it unloads the car, like you said, this is one of the best views there is right here on Grubnick's helmet. And you see it try to push him to the inside, too. This is a very fast track, but like you hear the drivers, every year we come here to Maple Grove, it's one of the most narrowest grooves and hardest to get down.
And David Grubnick snaps a personal 3-race losing streak against Brandon Bernstein with that win right here in round number 2 at Maple Grove. Brandon comes over to congratulate him inside. His guts are flipping like yours were. Just a round to go.
Look at Brandon. I think he's going to slit his tires if we don't watch it. I know that feeling.
All right, let's take a look at the Top Fuel point standings. Now, these are current as they stand because Brandon is now out of here. He is 42 markers behind, depending on what happens with Doug Coletta and Tony Schumacher. Now, the fans, if you just tuned in, we ask that you sign up and log on to NHRA at ESPN.com, and 38% of you thought Brandon would win the championship. Schumacher and Coletta, 33 and 29% respectively. We get ready now for Rod Fuller in the right lane and Melanie Troxel over in the left lane. Let's go to check in with Gary Gerould.
Brandon Bernstein, Dave Grubnick, both are here. David, 53, that what you're looking for, and obviously looking to go on, and you've done that.
Well, in all honesty, I just looked for the round win. So that was Connie, Jono, my entire Strivectin team. They put the numbers in the car. It was a tough round. Brandon, that whole Budweiser team, they're very stout. So, and getting this close to the championship. So, we still got some races left, but that was great, for, like I said, for Strivectin, Xantrex 3, Mac Tools, everybody. We'll just keep going rounds.
Thank you, David. Let's check in with Brandon here very quickly. I know it's disappointing. You really have been building some great momentum. How much of a setback does this become?
Well, it's definitely a setback, but we just got to go round by round, and we got to go into Richmond and pick our feet up and try and get back on it. We were riding a good wave there, and hopefully our Budweiser, Lucas Oil, Mac Tools car will perform in Richmond.
See you next week in Virginia.
Thanks.
All right, as we come back to the starting line, we get ready for Troxel up against Rod Fuller. Melanie has never defeated Fuller in 4 prior matchups.
Well, I think she's got a pretty good shot at it right here. She's got a pretty good race car coming into this round. She does have lane choice, chose that left-hand lane. Did you see any difference in the lanes in the funny car?
No. Like I said, there's a couple bumps at different spots, but really, I mean, it figured first round I had lane choice, and it wasn't a big deal. It always, when I don't have it, then it's a big deal, but this should be a great race.
A great race. 4.53 the elapsed time. Richard Hogan loves what he's seeing, as this is the deepest Melanie has gone in quite a number of races. Hold on. She's running out of track as Fuller just about gets to the sand at the far end of the track. He goes 4.57.
Yeah, you saw Lee Beard watching intently because he didn't see the parachutes come out right away. Let's take another look at this. This was just a good drag race, pretty much dead even for 300 feet, and then basically, Rod Fuller was actually running 274 at the 8th of Melanie's 271, and I don't know if he had a cylinder go out on the other end, but Melanie gets there first, makes a nice pass at 453, gets her into the semifinals.
Her first semifinal since Chicago back at the first half of the season, guys. That's how long it has been. And there is Lee Beard wondering, whoops, we'll try and figure it out by the time we get to Richmond next week. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll get a chance to talk to Melanie when we return here to Maple Grove Raceway in the Toyo Tires Nationals. And as we take the break, we'll show you David Grubnick's onboard view as he took down Brandon Bernstein.
With a welcome change in weather here, the sunshine enveloping the Grove, we get ready for Doug Coletta and Hillary Will. But first, a couple of quick words from Melanie Troxel. It's been some time since you've had this kind of success. Have you done something different here in setting this car up?
You know what, we've just tried to go back to like we were running early in the year, and that seems to have made the change for us. Can't say enough. I mean, we got great weather out here, and hopefully this is the difference for us. Everybody at Skullshine, Keystone Gates, Valspar, thanks for sticking with us. I think we got something to work with now.
All right, Melanie making some progress here after a long drought.
It certainly was. As we come back to the starting line, Doug Coletta up against Hillary Will. The last time these two faced off was the Memphis final, in which Coletta won.
Yeah, that was a close race. Just a good old drag race when Hillary got the advantage off the starting line over Doug. So this is a good matchup right here.
Well, Hillary was out on Doug again, but you saw from the onboard the tires shake immediately, and it is Doug going 4.53 seconds at 3:29.
Wow, Doug was dead late. You don't normally see that very often, and it could be a case of a situation where the driver starts to push down on the throttle and realizes, oh, it's probably a little too soon, and pulls back, and the light comes on and you're late, because Doug is normally very, very quick on those lights.
Yeah, I think he was actually trickling it shallow, so he might have just been wanting to be safe than sorry. You don't want to beat yourself, but Doug, that's a great run right down the middle of the track. And but yeah, staging the car, you could tell he does like to go in shallow, and it may have trickled it. And if it, as Mike Dunn will tell you, if it trickles and bounces out of the beams backwards, it'll red light you.
Of course, the only bad part about her going into tire shake and into tire smoke, there will be those who'll be wondering were there team orders involved. We'll certainly go track that down and find out if there were. Meanwhile, let's talk about the battle at hand, because Tony Schumacher and J.R. Todd are coming to the line. And for these guys, they've got a bit of history. Remember the Western Swing?
JR's 2 wins were in final round against Tony Schumacher.
Doug Kalitta being congratulated by Hillary Will. Doug, you were late off the line, but at 53, certainly stout and good enough by 2,000s to give you lane choice. How important will that be in the next round?
Yeah, probably pretty important. It seems like everybody's been favoring that left lane. Yeah, the Mac Tools guys, they saved me on that one. I was happy to get by her. Just screwed up at the start there, but we got the win.
Do I dare ask? I mean, we've heard this posed before. Any team orders in that situation? You're going against Hillary?
Yeah, no, it's we were running for whoever could get the win. So,
and he's the man who got it.
So as we come back, there is Hillary at the far end of the racetrack. Back at the starting line. We talked about the fact that JR has won 2 matchups against Tony Schumacher, both being finals, but the other 3 matchups have gone in Tony's favor.
You know, J.R. Todd's been doing such a great job. I want to ask you, Ron, I mean, what do you think? I know you watch all the other drivers. How do you think this kid does?
Oh, great job. I mean, he's probably on his way to Rookie of the Year, but Alan, the water grains have changed a lot. He's thrown a little bit of a curve to the crew chiefs, but JR is going to go up there and he's going to shove it in. This is Jimmy Walsh's, where he grew up. This is the track he grew up, so he knows this track very well. The win light goes to J.R. Todd in a hole shot. 4.50 seconds to a 4:49. Both the cars go 3:25, and Todd does it again.
Wow, is that unbelievable or what? I mean, the fact that he ran a 450 flat. I mean, Jimmy Walsh, we talk about J.R. Todd, but what a great job Jimmy Walsh has been doing with this race car. He stepped that thing up. He knew he was going to have to run a better number. He knew his driver was going to have to be on time. He got both of those things because Tony Schumacher in the other lane was running his normal 449, but unfortunately he's going home early.
Now watch JR's car. You're going to see it pull the front end twice, 3 times. Now it's going to hit this bump, wiggle the front end, it's got a cylinder out. So it actually had a cylinder out about 800 feet. And he did a great job. That thing was, every time a clutch would come in, it'd lift the left front. And just a great job at driving. But boy, Brandon out, Tony out. I mean, these guys can pull a chair up next to me because these next 3 races are going to be fun.
6 1,000ths of a second is the margin of victory. And 089 light for that man right there, J.R. Todd. Here are the matchups as we get ready, as it will be. And we'll talk to JR as there it is. Lane choice going to JR by 3 100ths over David Grubnick. He was low for the round on the winning side. The quickest car is in the trailer. As we come back, it'll be time for Tommy Johnson Jr. to face off against one of his old nemesis, John Force. And I think I know who Ron Capps is rooting for. Stay with us. We're coming back. Tires Nationals as the bodies are getting ready to come down. At funny car action, first pair out is going to be John Force against Tommy Johnson.
Ron, who are you rooting for?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's going to happen here. That we have a sleeping giant, Austin Coyle, and these guys. They've run pretty good, but I think they've raised more eyebrows by how well they haven't run here. I really expect them to run mid-60s. So you give Austin Coyle enough runs, and he's about to throw a 60 out any time. So I hope Mike Green put everything he had in it.
Here's our Funny Car Ladder presented by Lucas Oil. TJ, Burkhardt, Height, and Tony Pedregon have lane choice. Bulbs are already lit. Here we go. And the win light goes to John Force in another hole shot. 4.78 seconds to the quicker, but losing 4.76. So that's 2 today for John. And I hate to tell you, plug your ears. The points lead has changed again, folks, by 1. John now leads Ron Capps.
Wow, now, you know, this is, you're kind of playing with the numbers. John Force went in a little bit deep, much deeper than Tommy Johnson Jr. TJ had made that up in the first 60 feet just based on the way they were staged. But the end result, though, is, fact is, John Force got the win light, and he's going to the semifinal.
Boy, Tommy, he got out of the groove, got pushed out. There's a bump there that if you're not ready for it, and even if you are ready for it, it will jump you out towards the guardrail.
All right, so let's update you on the point situation. Close your eyes, Ron. It's not over yet. 1, the marker, with John still has 2 more rounds to go. 40 more are still out there. Robert Hight is currently 75 behind, but he has yet to make his run. Let's go to the far end.
And let's get back here and put a cap on the drama of the Top Fuel run between J.R. Todd and Tony Schumacher, challenging a career best. But you seem to have come up with these great performances against the champ, the Sarge here. How do you account for this, young man?
Well, he's the best out here, and you got to rise the occasion. I mean, you got to get pumped up every round, especially against this guy. You know, they're in a big points race, and we're just out here trying to, you know, get some rounds under our belts and pick up some points and get on that top 10, and, you know, keeps it exciting for the fans for sure. And Torco and Skullshine and Mac Tools, Valvoline, everybody on this team are doing a hell of a job, and it's a fun day.
Thank you. It's a fun day for that man. Not so fun here for Tony Schumacher. How much does this blunt the momentum of your hopes of getting another championship?
Oh, it's just unfortunate. You know, Bernstein goes out right in front of you, and you see Coletta go on and win around. You want to go. We got Carter runs 440s pretty much all weekend long. You want to go in nice and thin. We know we got to run a 53 to get lane choice. I bumped that thing a little bit, and you know it's unfortunate, but they stepped it up, man. I mean, everyone else is running in the you know mid 50s, and they pulled off what they needed to do to win, man. They're strapping it to us a lot, but they're doing a good job. They're stepping it up, so it's the way it goes.
Thank you, Tony.
Back at the starting line, we get ready for Gary Scelzi and Phil Burkhardt. And Burkhardt's been a thorn in a lot of people's sides, including Scelzi. He's beaten him 3 in a row. Make that 4 in a row. 4.81, the elapsed time at 3:21. And Burkhardt takes the win. So as they coast on out, if you were not with us, we're going to take you back yesterday and show you this week's edition of Scelzi Says.
This week on Scelzi Says, we're going to our mailbags to answer all the tough questions about drag racing that you fans want to know. Our first question comes from Juan Dobson from Charlotte, North Carolina, who wants to know, what is the Latin translation for go hard or go home? So we're going to our scholar, Bernie Federle, to get that answer.
The Latin translation for go hard or go home is Vado Duras vel Vado Domus. Thank you very much for the excellent question.
Thanks, Bernie. Our next question is for Mike Dunn. Jenny Blankenship of Plymouth, Michigan wants to know, who does Mike Dunn think killed Dr. Greg Madden on the popular ABC soap opera All My Children? Mike?
Wow. You know, the whole town of Pine Valley wanted this scumbag killed. You know, and Zach's in jail, Dixie's implicated in it, but I think that's a little too obvious. You always got to go back to Erica Kane. That's who I'm betting on.
Thanks, Mike. And finally, Gordon McBride from Moose Jaw, Canada wants to know, where did the term drag in drag racing come from? For this answer, let's go to my all-around tough guy friend, Ron Capps. Ron?
Beats me.
Thanks, Ron. Guys, I don't think this mailbag thing is such a good idea. I mean, look at the questions we're getting. What are these guys out there, Mike?
I don't know about you, Mike, but I think we gotta just slide over a little.
Man,
you're a good sport.
That ain't right.
I borrowed that from my wife. She worked at the awards ceremony last year, and so I got to thank Shelley for the outfit.
Let's go to the far end of the racetrack.
An interested observer in the monitor. He couldn't hear it, but he could see it. Have you ever seen Caps look better?
At Cap, he looks beautiful either way, boy or girl. And he's really quite a good time player to go on there and give people, a laugh and have a good time. So he's a great guy, and he's doing a great job in his points chase.
And you are now 1 point in front of Ron Capps. How good does that feel for you?
1 point. Thank you, Lord. Well, as Ron Capps knows, standing in the booth, it means absolutely nothing. There's 3 races to go. This was Vegas, but last year I had the points lead leaving Dallas. Got to Vegas, got slapped first round, went on to and got slapped again by both of them. So, bottom line, you just keep your focus, keep doing your job, get plenty of sleep, cut out the beer, and rock and roll. So my O'Heap, she ain't really talking today. She ain't fast, but she's starting to get consistency. And this old stupid old driver, at least he didn't red light. So kind of like, you ever see the movie Talladega Nights? Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first, you're last. Is that just the dumbest thing you ever heard?
It was so dumb we didn't even know what happened on that run, Marty.
Tell him his driver, Eric Medlin, won 4.79 the elapsed time to a 4.90 for Tony Pedregon. Let's go back and take one more look at this run, guys.
Great race. They both left together, and you see Tony's got a hole out on the right side. Oh, boy. Yeah. Another great run by Eric. I mean, it's right down the middle of the track, and, it's telling you right now that this racetrack, it doesn't matter if you're left lane or right lane. Forrest has done a great job with hole shots in the right lane, and we see Eric Medlin go right down that lane as well.
Well, we've seen a lot of points contenders getting beaten this weekend, and there's one of them. Dave Reef is there.
You bet, Ron Capps, you're not the only one who lost a point lead today. So did Andrew Hines, although how big the gap's going to be is yet to be seen. Take me back to round number 1 and take me through what happened in your mind, because you were feeling so comfortable.
Yeah, I was pretty relaxed on my V-Rod. I ran 695 a couple times in qualifying, and when you have the fastest bike in some of the qualifying rounds, you just got a little more pressure on you. And I just went out there. I felt pretty relaxed. GT's bike hasn't been running that great this weekend, so I figured we could just go out there and make a pass, and hopefully my bike would get the win light. But we just missed a little bit.
How much more pressure now, because we move on to Richmond, but we won't see the motorcycles again until Las Vegas, which means you have 2 races left, or 8 rounds.
Yeah. It's getting down there. It's getting down to crunch time, and luckily we're keeping this V-Rod up in the front of the qualifying order, and we're gaining a few points there on a few guys. And if we can just get a few more round wins throughout the end of the year, we'll be pretty strong going in Pomona.
Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. As we get ready for more racing action, let's talk a little Monday Night Football. Brett Favre and the Packers try to even their record at 2-2. They face Donovan McNabb and the Philadelphia Eagles. Is it Monday yet? Monday Night Football on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern. It's also available in high definition on ESPN HD and in Spanish on ESPN Deportes. Call your cable operator or satellite provider today. And back here at Maple Grove Raceway, we get ready for the final pair in second round action. And there is the track temperature now up to 96 degrees. It will be Robert Hight in the left lane, Del Worsham in the right lane.
96 degrees, still very manageable. Track's pretty tight, but you still got to be a little bit careful, especially out in the middle of that racetrack.
Robert Hight erupts into flames just as he crosses the finish line. 4.74 the elapsed time, but boy, they leaned on that one and hurt it.
Boy, they hurt it big time. Backed up that first round 474 with another one, but this one was much more costly. As you see this thing right at the finish line, it's going to blow up big time.
Yeah, boy, it moved around top. He did a great job of not only getting on the chutes, but then right away getting on the fireball, which is something you got to do. And Robert's got great instincts. He's done a great job in a short amount of time. But watch the front end. You'll see the left front dancing around. It's torqued up pretty good. Dell ran great, too. But right here is where that proc power came into play, and it ran very, very hard to the finish line. Probably on the rev limiter right there, and that's why you saw, I think, would have run 70 flat, probably had it run speed.
One thing that may be a concern, they run the same supercharger, rebuilding it every year. If they did damage to that case, they'll have to put another one on. They do have a blower down. They're very good at going from one to the other, but still, they like to run that same supercharger all race weekend.
Look at the singe marks on the side of that AAA Auto Club body, but that was low ET of eliminations, and it's 3 force cars against oh so lonely Phil Burkhardt. As it'll be John with lane choice, and then the teammates will go against each other with Robert having lane choice there. We're going to say so long to Ron Capps. We'll see you in Richmond, and this championship battle's far from over.
Appreciate it. I'm your biggest fan. Thanks for having me.
We'll talk to Robert Hight, see how hot he is or how cool he is after that drink. Stay with us.
Here we go.
Pro Stock Ladder presented by Lucas Oils. We're getting ready for second round action. It is Stanfield, Line, Anderson, Edwards with the lane choice here. First matchup will be Mike Edwards in the left lane, Tom Martino over in the right lane.
Mike Edwards with the lane choice, choosing that left-hand lane. Now, Tom Martino, he was the only driver to choose the right-hand lane in the previous round, but that right-hand lane seems like in the middle of the racetrack, if you don't keep it right in the middle, it tends to want to get a little bit loose out there, and I think that's one of the reasons Pro Stock teams are choosing that left-hand side.
Red light, Martino. And Edwards goes 6.63 seconds at 2:07, and Martino throws away a 6:64. Let's put a period on funny car. Check in with Gary.
Robert Hight, how much damage to that car? You gonna have to go to another body?
Yeah, that one there is probably pretty junked up. It banged. That was a big one. But you know, we got a lot of parts, and we'll take banging it every round if we can get a win. John might not like that, but I tell you what, this car's fast, and we've got a shot at this deal, and hopefully I can race John in the final.
How about the fact that your teammates are all in so far, so you're not going to have other crews to help you out?
No, that's big. But I tell you what, this AAA team, they're the best, and we'll get it back together. I'll even get dirty too.
Deja vu, Marty. Remember Pomona season opener, second round? It was against Worsham, had the big blow up and a major thrash, and Robert came back and he ended up winning the season opener.
And John becomes a parts collector. He's probably going to sign it and sell it on eBay. No, they're taking it back, getting it ready. John taking care of business. All right, big pressure situation coming up here pretty soon as we are getting ready for Alan Johnson and Greg Stanfield. Stanfield, one of 3 different drivers in Pro Stock to have the national record this weekend. He just had it taken away today twice.
But, you know, this is a great matchup right now. These are 2 very good drivers, 2 very good cars. I almost got to rate it dead even though Greg Stanfield's had a little bit better car this weekend than Alan Johnson. Alan has been running so well lately. I think that any time, this could definitely be decided on the starting line.
Alan has taken 3 of the past 4 meetings between these two. Goes to Greg Stanfield, 6.64 seconds, a 2:07 to a 6:65.
Good drag race there. Greg Stanfield got the slight advantage off the starting line. At the finish line, there's your margin of victory, about half a car length.
And as we get back to action at the track, that is Dave Conley. He is coming up next in his big matchup with Jason Line. And as the burnout are complete right before this run, we had a chance to catch up with him back in the staging lanes.
Down with Dave Conley, you know this is probably your last straw, especially going up against the point leader right here.
You said it. It's a very important round, especially for the championship. But, you know, the crew, I have all the faith in the world in them, and they've done major calls. It's up to the driver to see what he can do out there.
Is this a round you've spent a little extra time perhaps thinking about?
No, you got to take every round the same. I mean, all these guys are tough anymore, but we'll just see how the Chevy Cobalt handles this whole deal.
Easier said than done.
Jason Line basically controls his own destiny here with Dave Conley. Although Dave would not be mathematically eliminated, for all intents and purposes, a win by Jason Line here spells doom for Dave Conley.
Dave definitely needs this win, and he's got a good shot over Jason. I mean, Jason's been struggling on the tree pretty much all year long. I mean, if Jason can just go up, I say this a million times, I mean, if he can just go up and hit an 0:30, 0:40 reaction time, he's probably going to win. He ran 300ths of a second quicker than Dave did in the previous round, so he's basically got, I mean, he's easily got 200 or 300ths in the bank over Dave Conley.
Think about this. Conley has beaten Jason 3 times in a row, all on hole shots. Watch the reaction time. Advantage Conley. Say bye-bye. The win light goes to Jason Line, and look at this, 6.609. No wonder he couldn't beat him. 208 miles an hour. Stanfield can't even believe it. Look at the board.
Wow, what a great job. I mean, Jason Line, we said he just needs to hit that 0:30, 0:40 rack time. He had an 0:49. Dave had a couple hundreds on him, but boy, it wasn't even close to being enough, Marty.
So now it's back in Greg Anderson's court as far as the national record is concerned.
Once again, you saw him lift that front end up on Jason's car and just kind of carry it a little bit. Evidently, it must like that. Normally, when you see the pro stockers lift the front end up that high, they don't like it because a lot of times it's losing ET. But I'll tell you, right now, Jason Line's just nailing everything.
Before we get to our next pair, let's talk about horsepower. That was our theme yesterday during our qualifying show, and our Checker Shucks Kragen Tractionary is on horsepower.
And that's a numeric value given to the amount of power produced by an engine. 1 horsepower equals 745.7 watts, or another measurement would be the power that's needed to lift 550 pounds 1 foot off the ground in 1 second. You could do that, couldn't you, Marty?
Oh, sure. In my dreams. Speaking of dreams, Greg Anderson has one right now, but he can't allow himself to do what he's done in the past. Think about anything except running this race.
See, and this is where it becomes a problem, because Greg knows he has a better race car, so he knows he doesn't want to go out there and push the tree too much. But yet you don't want to go up there and be too complacent or let something, distract you like what happened in Dallas. If he just stays focused and gets a good light, sees some good amber, but reacts to it fairly decently, just like his teammate Jason. I mean, he's got the power. He's going to beat Kurt Johnson.
Kurt has won 3 of the past 4 against Greg. Here we go. These guys are good, close friends. Greg's in. KJ who goes red. And Greg goes 6.61 at 2:08. You saw the car drift a little to the left, got a little bit outside the groove. So that means that right now, Jason Line has the national record. And what it means as far as the points implications is that if everything stays the same right now, with that 20 bonus points, it's 96 between first and second place. Let's check in with Gary Gerould. Did you get a kiss, Gary?
Yeah, I did. Look at this.
Oh!
I'll tell you what. See, a guy gets a chance to get 20 bonus points and he really gets excited. And I don't know, am I in danger down here? Do I dare be close to you?
No, you're safe. I love my wife. She's the best.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're safe.
Tell me about this last run, the fact that you get down there 60.9. Now you've got a shot at those bonus points.
That was huge. That was really huge. I'm just glad we both won, man. That's awesome. And hopefully it helps us both in the points battle, so that's way cool. And to go that fast, the run absolutely felt better, and I knew it was going to be good. So that was cool. Yeah, I can't even describe how I feel. It's awesome.
All right, guys, we'll see you in the semifinal.
Go away.
All right, we've got to get back to the starting line because already Gino Scali and GT Tonglet are coming to the line. Remember the points leader, Andrew Hines. Boy, he was the points leader. He's out of here. In this race, the win light goes to Gino. Harleys are on the trailer at the end of 2 rounds. Gino goes 7.12 seconds. So as they coast on out, we're going to step aside for a quick break, but we will be back with a lot more Pro Stock motorcycles. Can you believe the numbers that Pro Stock is turning in? Oh, golly, we're having a great day at Reading. It's amazing what happens when the sun shines. Here as we're getting ready for the second pair of Pro Stock motorcycle, it'll be Antron Brown in the left lane, Michael Phillips in the right lane. Antron, the points leader right now by 7 over Andrew Hines.
Antron Brown really needs to get this win, but Michael Phillips has got a very good running bike right now.
Red light, Phillips. And Michael throws away a 7:07 elapsed time. Antron could only muster a 7:13, but it's going to be enough for Antron to take the win here.
Meanwhile, back here in Robert Height's pit, the work very, very frantic. This is not a normal service. The crew moving with very, very quick feet. As you can see, they're involved in the middle of a motor change. The chassis frame rails open bare right now. They're working on the brand new power plant. The one, though, that just came out of the car, I can tell you what happened. Not why it happened, but I can tell you exactly what happened. It held open an intake valve here in the number 2 cylinder. And that's the reason the car let go. You guys mentioned the fact that this happened earlier in Pomona, and Gary also mentioned the fact that he had the help of his other 2 teams. Keep in mind, this is a relatively new team to Robert Height and the Automobile Club of Southern California this year. You can see Robert Height is even being pressed into service right now.
Here we go with Craig Treble left lane, Angel Sampey in the right lane. Angel in a hole shot, and she needed it. 7.029 to the quicker, but losing 7.02. She pushed the tree with a 005 light to Craig's 045.
Angel just loves racing here in Maple Grove. It just seems to rise to the occasion every time. And I'll tell you, 5,000 of a second for perfect. Look how high that front wheel was in that right-hand lane after it hits that bump, especially since she was to the inside of that lane.
And let's go to Gary at the far end.
Antron talking, telling Angel as she rolls up that she gets the win on the hole shot and providing her with the numbers. Let me get a word with you here, son. You're about in that championship points lead. How good's that feeling?
I mean, that feels good, Gary. I mean, it's all to the team. I mean, we've been struggling this weekend, but we just keep the grind on. And you have to have a little luck in racing, and that's what we have right now. I got a lucky horseshoe this weekend, but you know what? I'll take it any way I can get it, because in the beginning of this year, all those red lights were killing me. So I'm taking luck when I can get it now, and it just feels good. My teammates set the national ET record of 6.93, so our whole team is smiling over that deal.
You better believe it. We'll swing over here and try to get a word with Angel. Get around the wheelie bar there in Antron's bike. Angel, we were talking early today about hanging on at the end of the day to those 20 bonus points. Now, you've seen your teammate regain the points lead. Are you feeling any more confident about retaining and having the 20?
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll be okay. It's a little warmer today than it has been. My team's just doing an awesome job. Like Antron said, we were jamming last round trying to get some things fixed on his bike. We got so many sponsors rooting for us, Keystone and Megacycle Cams. I mean, we got great people behind us with all our soldiers, and I'm a little bummed about beating Craig because he's a real good friend of mine, but you got to beat your friends to make it to the finals here, and hopefully I'll beat my best friend at the racetrack here coming up real soon.
All right, we look forward to the showdown.
And while you guys were talking, Karen Stouffer ran low for this round, 7.023, as she will have lane choice over Angel. Remember, these two hooked up before in a final here at Reading. And Gino Scali has the lane choice over Antron as the thrash continues in Robert Heights camp. Stay with us. We're coming back.
It takes
burnouts are complete as we're getting ready for semifinal action in Top Fuel. In the right lane, it'll be Melanie Troxel. Right now, her teammate Tony Schumacher wants her to take down the points leader, Doug Coletta. Coletta has lane choice. He's in the left side. You see the next matchup will be J.R. Todd and David Grubnick.
Great matchup between two cars. Both of these cars have been down the racetrack every single session and every single round. Ron Tolbert, we kind of gave up on him about winning the championship, or at least nobody was picking him, but I think he's out to prove everybody wrong. Richard Hogan, he wants to redeem himself and get this thing running like it was at the beginning of the season.
And both cars went 453 for Ron Tobler. Wants to pick up a couple hundreds early and go for a 450 flat. Thinks it'll be enough.
Guess who's going to the final? Melanie Troxel, 4.51 seconds, takes out the points leader. It will be her 8th final this year, but only her first in the second half of the season. All 7 prior were in the first half.
I talked to Melanie just before they went to the lanes for this run. She was obviously elated to have a chance to get to the finals for the first time in ages. But she said, you know, the thing that we're shooting for now, realistically, we know our championship hopes have been diminished, but we still think we can be a top 3 finisher before the season's over. I think her reaction as she climbs out of the cockpit shows you just how much she is feeling that.
51. Let's take another look at the run.
Well, Doug Coletta had a little over 1/100 of a second advantage off of the starting line, but boy, the thing just did not pull early in the run. I couldn't tell if the thing had a cylinder out or it just was weak, because right after that thing launched, Melanie just started pulling away, and that distance from 100 feet to 330 feet, she just made up so much ground that Doug could not reel it in.
All right, as you take one more look, let's set the point situation for you, because the top 3 are out of here. Doug Coletta leads Tony Schumacher by 52, Brandon Bernstein by 62. And this is the latest in the year that Doug Coletta's ever had the points lead. Let's go to Gary.
How significant is this day for you at this point of the season?
You know, it's been hard on the whole team. the way the second half of our season hasn't gone the way we wanted. So at least I feel like we've kind of figured out what's going on. We're making a little bit of a resurgence. I can't say enough about all the guys on this team. I mean, Richard Hogan, all my Skullshine guys are doing such an incredible job. The car's running great. That makes it a lot easier for a driver. So for everybody at Torco and Skullshine, we're going to a final, and hopefully we've got this thing figured out.
Thanks, Mel.
Thank you.
Getting ready for our next semifinal, J.R. Todd in the left lane, David Grubnick in the right. But let's get an update a little bit earlier. David Reef was back in Robert Height's pit.
We talked about this team being pressed to the bare minimum right now, and further proof of that can be found over here on this bench right here. Anytime I need a good bite to eat and I'm running around in the pits, I can always count on Johnny Rosher, who is the team chef. Now your team mechanic. What do you know about any of this?
I don't know anything about this. I can cook all their food for them, but I'd never work on the cars.
So how does this work?
We work on the cars.
So how does this work then? How do you know? Just you get your messages from Brock or who?
I get my messages right here from Sammy. What else do you need now?
Do we have a new career in mind after this?
No, I'd rather cook.
I'd rather you cook too. Trying to cook up something special though for Robert Height.
Well, and Johnny Rosher helping out. They got that car together. It's a different body for Robert Height that we'll see later on. It will be a little bit heavier than what they've run in the past, but they're excited about their opportunity. The test, when they test-fired the engine, everything was good. Meanwhile, J.R. Todd on the line, ready to go right now against Dave Grubnick.
Boy, and take a look, an 0.52 light by JR, and he is going to his third final of his career, third this year, 4.51 the elapsed time to a 4.52.
Wow, what a great job by J.R. Todd and Jimmy Walsh, that entire team. Can't say enough. I mean, a 4.51, J.R. just doing a great job driving like he's done all year long, had 0.05 of a second advantage over David Grubnick right off the start, and he never looked back from there.
And you can see the run as we take a look. With that round win, J.R. Todd has moved ahead of Corey McLenathan into 10th in the points. And remember, this kid has only been running a partial schedule. Stay with us. Funny Car coming up.
You out to have fun, then before you know it, man, your day is done. There's a place and time for that. Place your final lap. Whatever you do, don't let the cat behind you pass. No more excuses. Time to go for yours. No more run into. You should have done more. You got to go back. Do you really want it? You can go hard or go home and watch TV. You got a choice to make. So what's it gonna be? Go hard or go home.
And as we take a look at our Funny Car ladder presented by Lucas Oil, you'll see that two of our three top points contenders still in the hunt. Opposite sides, John Force and Robert Height. In fact, Force is coming to the line against Phil Burkhardt. These two in the last 14 matchups are 7-7. So Burkhardt is not intimidated by the 13-time champ.
Chris Cunningham, chief crew mechanic, crew chief for Burkhardt, saying we ran a 78 in the first round. We need a 76 to a 78 here in this one.
Even though the nose of the car had nosed over, he goes 499 at only 245. It lost fire about the 1,000-foot mark. It's his first final this year. In fact, it's his first final in the past 30 starts, his 7th of his career.
Well, both cars experienced trouble. Unfortunately for John Force, he experienced it before Phil Burkhardt. Basically, the drivers left together. John Force, though, was pulling away at 330-foot mark. He had about 0.02 of a second advantage. And then right before half-track, his car just quits. Phil Burkhardt's goes a little bit further. Watch on the left side of your screen. Basically, John Force a little bit ahead right at that point. And then just before half-track, right side of your screen, it quits. Burkhardt's goes to about 1,000-foot mark. It quits, and he coasts across into the final round.
Phil Burkhardt, before they went to the lane, said, I'm going to see you and I'm going to talk to you at the top end of the racetrack. Well, here you are. You ready to do some talking, bud?
Absolutely.
You can't see you. Can't see him.
There we go. There is a Phil Burkhardt under there, by golly.
Woo! I saw a lot of John Force out there, but for Haviland and Checker Shucks Cragen this weekend, this is my hometown track. I've been coming here since I was 17 years old and racing here, and
It's awesome. It's a dream come true. He was out there. It looks like we blew the blower case apart or something. Probably threw the rods out at the same time. But, you know, going to the final round at your hometown, what could be better?
Can I take you to Denver in 2004? You remember what happened that day, don't you?
Absolutely. I think I'm going to buy a house in Denver.
That's the last time he won.
That's right, as he'll be in the final. And what it means for the points right now, Force will leave here with a 1-point lead over Ron Capps. That's right. Robert Hight is still in the race. He's 55 behind, but there are 40 more still out there. Now, the fans at home, you all picked Ron Capps by 45% to win the championship this year. John, 35, and Robert at 20%. But boy, Hight's the only one left with that different body now that we talked about a little bit earlier.
Different body, different engine. That's going to be the key, how well they got this car back together. We know the tune-ups there. Jimmy Proc's been doing a great job with that car, but his teammate Eric Medlin also has a great horse underneath him.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter what you throw at these guys. Chutes are a little late on Robert's car. I think he's going to make it okay. Yeah, he's okay. He's going to his 6th final of the year, 3rd in a row. He's looking for 3 in a row for the victory side, 10th of his career at 4.77 seconds.
Back in the staging lanes, Jimmy Prock surveying the numbers, 477, 317. How proud are you of this team and what they accomplished? That was a pretty quick turnaround.
Awesome. Them guys did a great job. You know, they have worked so hard this year. They started from scratch, basically, and they got a lot of pride, and they're doing one hell of a job.
Did you realize your cook was involved in that?
Yeah, we summoned him to help.
So right now, there's John. He's only 1 point ahead of Capps and now only 35 ahead of his teammate, Robert Hight. A couple races ago, Hight wasn't even in the radar screen. Now he's a contender for real.
Oregon, Cal, or Nebraska, Iowa State.
That's J.R. Todd taking care of the fuel back in the pit area here at Maple Grove Raceway. He's in his 3rd final of the year up against Melanie Troxel and Top Fuel. But before we get to that, we've got to come back out trackside and take care of some business in the factory hot rods with pro stock action. First pair we'll see will be that lower matchup, Greg Anderson and Mike Edwards, with Anderson having lane choice. And Jason Line has the lane choice over Greg Stanfield here at Reading.
It's a national record kind of day, and I asked Greg Anderson if he was concerned in trying to get that back from his teammate. He said no, he's more interested in the win light, but conditions are still pretty good. That number may come up.
Well, he has been thumping Mike Edwards. This is a statistic that Mike doesn't want to hear. Greg has beaten Mike 16 straight times that they have met.
Mike Edwards has a pretty good car right now. I mean, obviously Greg Anderson's a little bit better, but, you know, Mike's number 3 qualifier coming in here to make a consistent run. Normally he's pretty good on the lights.
Greg goes 6.615, 208.71 miles an hour. You saw the 663. Poor Mike Edwards has been living in the 663s, and it's not been good enough.
You know, 663, you're not even close, but what can you say? On board with Greg Anderson going through the gears, gets the old pump fist at the other end. He's going to another final round.
So it's not quite enough to get the record, obviously, but as the team celebrates back at the starting line, he is into another final, as he's going to his 6th final this year, 63rd of his career. So now it brings us to Greg Stanfield, Jason Line. Both have been part of this leapfrogging of the national record this weekend.
Wow, this is a great matchup here. I mean, both these guys have been driving very well, and the cars have been running really well.
Jason has led the points since Denver, and right now is looking to extend it a little bit more, make it a #1 versus #2 battle in the final.
And Marty, does Greg Stanfield think he can keep up with that Summit car? No, but he knows there's a thing called the Christmas tree. He thinks he can go 661, and maybe if he can steal 100th, might make it a good race to the finish.
We're about to find out. Keep your eye on the reaction time. Greg Stanfield's already pre-staged. Jason's taking his time. And quickly, Stanfield goes in. Stanfield. Is it enough? The answer is yes. In a hole shot, 6.64, 207 to the quicker, but losing 662. Let's go to the far end, Gary.
Greg, when you rolled up here, we saw a lot of flame and then a big belch. Was there any problem, or is that a routine deal there where you just have to blow it out?
Just trying to create a little excitement down here, Gary.
You did that?
Yeah, I think I did. Whoa, look out, here it comes. It just dumps a little fuel in the manifold because you got to get on the brakes pretty hard down here, as we saw the other day with Kurt. So no big deal. As long as you get her lit, you can blow that fire out. But minor occurrence, I guess. We are in the final, though, with this Summit Pontiac. Pretty happy about that. Disappointed with Jason because I really wanted to lock horns with him and go for that national record in the final. But doggone it, we'll just have to try and get that win anyway.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Gary.
All right, so as we see at the other end of the track, let's show you motorcycle action right now. Antron Brown has a 27-point lead over Andrew Hines. Antron's up in this first pair alongside of Gino Scali. And they are getting ready to stage here. Scali has not won a race since 2003 in his championship season. Is going to go to Gino Scali. He's going to his first final of the season and the 11th of his career. And Andrew Hines has become his favorite fan of the day. Let's put a period on Pro Stock. Let's talk to Greg Stanfield. It's going to his second final of the year.
Second final of the year, Greg Stanfield. This has been a remarkable weekend for you and your team. I know it had to be disappointing. You had a shot at those 20 bonus points for a national record, but how do you put that all in perspective?
Hey, we're still having a great weekend here. I got to thank Piranha Z, Royal Purple, Donna and Bart Price. I wish Donna well. Need to get her back to races soon. My guys, Mike Elliott, my brother. Hey, I'd rather hold a Wally than a record any day of the week.
Well, you're going to get that chance against Mr. Anderson shortly.
Thanks.
There's another look at the run. Let's talk about what's going to happen next week. We head to Richmond for the first time since 2000. We'll have qualifying for you at the Torco Racing Fuels National Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern in the evening. And then NHRA Today, again, we're going to be on at 12:30 Eastern time on Sunday with 3 hours of finals coverage on ESPN2 starting at 7 Eastern. And you can also get it on ESPN2 HD. Back at the starting line, Angel Sampey and Karen Stouffer. This is a rematch of the 2002 final, won by Angel. I mean, she loves this racetrack. She's the defending event winner here.
Well, this is a great matchup because you can't get any closer than these two bikes. 701's a pair in the first round, 702's a pair in the second round. So both these bikes are running pretty much dead even in elimination. Both riders have been doing a good job on the starting line, getting good reaction times. So this should be a great race here.
Oh, and Angel goes red. Throws it away. And she throws away a 7:03. It's her first. Karen Stouffer, her second final of the season, her 8th of a career.
You know, that's just a situation where she knew that Karen had a very good bike, and she just kind of, you know, obviously pushed it a little too far and drew that red light, putting Karen into the final round.
Well, as they roll on out, if everything stays the same and Angel holds on to the record, nobody takes it away from her, she will be 64 points behind. Andrew Hines 27 points behind with Antron in the lead. Her 4th foul this season. Not a good time to have it. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
You may not find Royal...
It's race 20 of 23 on the NHRA Powerade Drag Racing Series, and we're down to the finals here at Maple Grove Raceway. Yes, we have finally gotten this rain-delayed event to this stage. Who's going to take home the Wallies? It won't be those 6 horses, but it'll be the horses maybe with J.R. Todd at the wheel, looking for his 3rd this year in his rookie campaign. Melanie Troxell's also looking for her 3rd win in 2006. Then in funny car, will it be Phil Burkhart snapping the string of disappointment for Team Worsham? Or will it be Robert Hite getting his 3rd in a row and battling his way back into the championship? In Pro Stock, Greg Stanfield is going to be going up against another Greg. Powerade champion Greg Anderson, and the man who won here last year at Reading. And in Pro Stock Motorcycle, it will be Gino Scali up against Karen Stouffer. Take a look at the weather forecast as it is updated just a few moments ago.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. The weather's been holding pretty consistent all day long. Air temperature down to 68. We saw a high of 70. Water Greens has not moved all day. Track temperature a little bit cooler at 86 degrees. And because the temperature is a little bit cooler, the density altitude's down to 1,600 feet above sea level, about 200 feet better than it was a round or so ago.
So we've come to the moment as we wait for engines to fire down on the starting line, and they come to life. It's been a great weekend for Karen Stouffer. And also for Gino Scali. They are not in the points championship chase, but they are having banner weekends here at Reading.
For Karen Stouffer, remember, it was a piece of equipment that hit her on the head in Las Vegas, and she says has her ultimately focusing better on the motorcycle. That plus a Speed Dog decal on the back that she's run 3 times this year. Took it to a semifinal appearance in Atlanta, a runner-up in Englishtown, so she says she owes those people a win right here. For Gino Scali, just needs to get a good 60-foot time to be in this race.
To Karen Stouffer. When she was here in the final in 2002, she fouled. She didn't foul this time. She goes 7:09 at 187, picking up her 3rd career win, first of 2006.
At the starting line with a very happy husband, Gary Stouffer. Gary, it really seems like this program is starting to just start clicking.
This is so awesome. We just started to really gel lately. The awesome Vast Heights power that we're getting right now. And I just got to thank Geico for sticking behind us, and Mac Tools and Bates Leathers and just everybody else, Rath Motorsports, and just everybody that stands behind us. They were just doing the best we can, trying to be consistent and go some rounds.
And indeed you did. Congratulations on a big, big win.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Can't really tell what happened to Gino Scali, but it definitely looked like he hurt the motor. You saw the puff of smoke as we're still waiting for Karen to get the helmet up. There she is. Let's go to the far end.
Congratulations. Karen, a few moments ago, Dave Reef was mentioning the incident that happened late last season. And with the injuries and the long rehabilitation, did you dare dream about being able to get back to this spot that you could collect another Wally for the 3rd time in your career?
You know, it was never a doubt in my mind. You know, the fans were so supportive. The team was so supportive. They gave me so much inspiration that I never doubted that we'd get this team right back on track. And here in Reading, we had Speed Dog, we have Geico, we have Mac Tools, and we went into the 6-second club, and then we also won the race. What else? The only thing we missed was the record, and then Joe got that. So I'm calling it a good weekend.
I would say so. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Woohoo! I think we'll have some celebrating tonight.
So congratulations to Karen Stouffer and her team once again as we get ready now for the Pro Stock final. Left lane is Greg Anderson, right lane Greg Stanfield. Remember, the bonus points, the 20 are still out there. If Greg Anderson can go quicker than 6.609, win the race, man, it would take a huge chunk out of his teammate Jason Lyne's lead.
And Greg Stanfield knows he can't run that quick. His plan is simple. Just let the clutch out first and see what happens. But Greg Anderson understands the importance of this moment. This is an all-or-nothing moment, one that could certainly define his opportunities at a championship. He's not just concerned with the race win. He is concerned with those 20 additional points as well.
Greg Anderson just needs to stay focused. He's had decent lights, 0:30 reaction time range. If he just does that, he's been run 300ths of a second quicker than Greg Stanfield all day long. He should be able to get the win if he does that and has the right setup on that car.
Who's going in first?
Greg will.
Anderson. Red light Stanfield. Now it's just a matter of the record. Does he get it? 6.65, no. 208 miles an hour. But he does pick up the win, which is 20 valuable points, and it's right now a 56-point margin. Jason Line over Greg Anderson, his 3rd win this year and 42nd of his career. Dave?
Jason, this is where we normally talk to Greg, and he waxes poetic about the point leader you. Well, now you get to turn the tides here. Got 20, but not the 20 extra he wanted.
Yeah, you know, it's all good. I guess I was just very happy for him to win the final. And, of course, the selfish side of me wanted to keep the record for more than just the point reason. But very cool. Great weekend for all the Summit guys. So thanks. Ken, you missed a great weekend. So should have been here, buddy.
Let's go down to the far end. Thank you, Jason.
Scrambling out on the other side is Greg Anderson, who puts an exclamation point on his victory as he tries to inch his way back into this championship fight. This has been kind of a bizarre weekend. The record tumbling one time after another. Your thoughts about getting the Wally but not getting the bonus points?
I'm trying to catch my breath, Gary. It has been one heck of a weekend. You know, we didn't get the bonus points, but I'm not worried about that right now. We got that win, and that's why we all come out here to get that Wally. That's what I live for. That's what that team lives for back there, and my hat's off to them guys. They do a fantastic job. We got a heck of a 1-2 punch here. My kids and my wife are not here this weekend. Honey, I love you guys. Wish you'd have been here. Ken Black's not here this weekend. It was a special weekend. Big guy, sorry, buddy, but you missed a big show.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, baby. That's the one. Yeah.
So we've come down to the 20 car final now, and we've got, of course, Phil Burkhart and Robert Hight. As the bodies come down, and of course, Robert with that different paint scheme, the different body.
Man, I love side-by-side burnout.
You heard Phil talk about the fact that this is like his home track. He's going to need all the help he can get because Hight has dominated head-to-head competition. He's won 5 of 7.
Phil Burkhart blew up a motor, of course, getting to the finals. They also blew the blower snout, had it sheared off. He said, however, it was an easy fix. They can use the same blower. That is the key. He says, we just got to get back into the 70s, and we'll see how Hight responds to it.
Keeper Jimmy Brock and Robert Hight. Jimmy said everything must work properly. They also had an engine explosion in the second round. An intake valve held open. Because of that, they've not only got a new body on top of that car, they've had to put in a new motor, as well as a new blower on top of that, heading into the semifinals. 477 in that round. Jimmy said the car was good, but it wasn't good enough. But if it works properly here, boy, have we got ourselves a 3-way fight in the funny car chase.
Boy, that seems like about the only thing that can beat this team, if they just have some kind of mechanical problem, because they really do have a handle on the tune-up. But you can't count out Phil Burkhart. He already took out half of Don Schumacher's funny car empire with Caps and Selzy, and then took out the captain of the Force fleet, John Force, in the previous round. So hang on.
Edelfest, who recovers first? And it is going to be Phil Burkhart. His first win this year, 4th of his career, and it snaps the win streak, denying Robert Hight his 3rd straight win.
Wow, how about that? That's a wild final, isn't it?
What it means in the points. John Force leads Ron Capps by 1 and Robert Hight by 35.
Check this out. Burkhart even got the advantage off the start line, but both drivers smoked the tires almost simultaneously, both trying to reel in. Now, right here, Robert Hight gets his way too far over. Looked like he may even have crossed the center line. Remember, if that rear tire goes across, it would have been an automatic disqualification. But that point didn't matter because Phil Burkhart got to the finish line first anyway.
There the guys back at the starting line celebrating, and there is a very disappointed Robert Hight as they'll try and analyze what went wrong, but they have had a great run. Believe me, they are definitely in this championship chase as here comes the crew down the track.
As they come down the track, Marty, Phil Burkhardt, how tough was it to get that monster back under control to get the wall in?
I'll tell you what, I was doing everything out there, pedaling it. I grabbed the brake 2, 3, 4 times. I smoked the tires last weekend out in Dallas, and I couldn't get to the brake handle. This time I got to the brake handle, slowed that wheel speed down, and got it down the racetrack. But for Checker, Shucks, and Cragen and Haviland, that's a beautiful car this weekend. It looks even better sitting in the winner's circle.
Great job.
Thank you.
Dave?
Chris Cunningham, you got kind of a wry grin on your face. You guys stole one.
Yeah, we did steal one, but we knew they were going to be tough, and I don't think they underestimated us either. They smoked the tires, and it was just one of them thrilling tire smokers. We tried to do what we could, and it worked out.
Nice job. On to Top Fuel with the keeper, Richard Hogan and Melanie Troxel. He says he needs a car that has to have more half-track speed to run the good number, and the good number is a high 440. He says if his car can run 275 or better, he should run a high 440, and he's very leery of that car over the other lane.
Coming into this season, neither Melanie Troxel or J.R. Todd had won a national event. Both are now going for their third.
I asked J.R. Todd what can he take from his experience in getting the 2 wins earlier this season as a rookie that might help him right here. He said, I've just got to stay calm, stay focused, don't let anything distract me.
That's exactly what he needs to do. Just keep doing what he's been doing, because he's doing a great job on the starting line. Great job driving that race car. If Jimmy Walsh gives him a good car, this should be a great race. Very evenly matched up here.
The win light goes to J.R. Todd. Look at the number, 4.49 seconds, 3:24 career best elapsed time. Melanie runs a solid 4:53, nothing to hang their head about. But J.R. and their Jimmy Walsh with the mustache getting all the hugs, and they have deserved it.
Man, did they deserve it. A 4:49. You heard Rich Hogan say they had to find some more 8th mile speed. They needed to run over 275 miles per hour. They weren't able to do it, but J.R. Todd and Jimmy Walsh did. They went 276 at the 8th. That was the difference. That's why they went that 4:49 to get his 3rd victory of the year. Great job.
I think Jimmy Walsh wants to get down there and celebrate after a unbelievable final.
Yeah, that was a good final. Our first 40 and our 3rd win of the year. And
you believe it. You got to be pinching yourself.
You're absolutely right. It's unbelievable. The crew did a wonderful job, and the driver did good. The whole team effort.
Here's your pinch. Go get him. Down to the far end.
That JR pulls that helmet off out of here. Did you in your wildest imagination think that you could be a 3-time winner as a rookie in NHRA Top Fuel competition?
Never, especially not beating the people we're beating. Schumacher, Melanie, that's a hell of an empire over there. A single car team, we're doing it by ourselves over here. And Jimmy Walsh, he got a string of runs a day, and that's what it takes to beat these guys. And for Torco and Skullshine, how about Evan Knoll? 2 of his cars in the final, and this one's for him, buddy.
He said that we have to run on a 50 and a 51. We need to repeat it. He did better. A 49.
Let's go back and take another look at these great runs.
Just a good side-by-side race, but I tell you, J.R. Todd had the slight advantage off the starting line and never looked back. The key was, like we said, in the middle of that racetrack, that car was just hauling the mail down through there, and he just pulled away into the winner's circle.
And as we head towards commercial break, we'll remind you about the points. It's Doug Coletta on top of Tony Schumacher by 52. Brandon Bernstein, 62, behind in 3rd. The celebration continues here at Maple Grove Raceway.
Today's Speed World presentation of the Toyo Tires NHRA Nationals, brought to you by Powerade. Sport is what you make it. And Toyo Tires, driven to perform.
And back here at Maple Grove Raceway, the celebration at the far end of the racetrack for J.R. Todd, his 3rd win in his rookie campaign. And as we get ready to wrap things up, let's talk about what's coming up next week. We'll head to Richmond, Virginia for the Torco Racing Fuel Nationals. Qualifying will be Saturday evening at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. And then NHRA Today on Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And then 3 hours of finals at 7 Eastern on ESPN2 and ESPN2 HD. As we head to Richmond, 3 of the championships are down to 3 racers, but Pro Stock, it's down to 2.
Yeah, and it's the 2 teammates, Jason Lyon and Greg Anderson. I can tell you it was a lot of fun watching Pro Stock going back and forth on that national record this weekend, along with Greg Stanfield. But I can tell you what, next week in Richmond, the conditions could be good. We could see a lot more of that.
And remember, Jason got that bonus for setting the national record. Let's also give kudos to J.R. Todd. He is closing in on Hillary Will. Remember, this is a limited team schedule, and he's now in the top 10.
What a great job they've done. We've been talking about the championship, but that battle for a Rookie of the Year honors, J.R. Todd looking awfully good with 3 wins this year.
I think so, too. For Mike Dunn, Dave Reef, Gary Gerald, I'm Marty Reed, and for our entire ESPN2 crew, that's the next time we'll see you Saturday evening from Richmond, Virginia. Coming up next, it's the World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light right here on ESPN2. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week from Richmond, Virginia.